Oh, look, VM stuff.
I will end you. I will end you. I will destroy you.
Hi.
Okay, I've got my stuff. I think I'm set up. Welcome back, everyone, to When Seattle Sleeps. As always, let's go ahead and go around the table, or the metaphorical table, so to speak, and why don't everybody introduce themselves?
Being as I am the father figure of this group, I will go first.
Putting it lightly.
Putting it like most things overstated. I am Bradley Hugh, and I'm going to be playing Grayson Holland, the Tremere, trying to salvage the situation that we are currently in.
It needs a lot of salvaging.
Truck ex machina is a thing.
As you will soon find.
So?
Well, hello everybody. I am Truck's Ex Machina. I play Acer.
Hi everybody, I'm Morgan Caldwell. I am playing Crescent, the La Sombra. Take it over to a storyteller.
And I am Peter Needham, and I will be your storyteller this evening. Basically the narrator of all things, glitz, ghouls, and glamour, and everything in between. When we last left off our wonderful, very dynamic coterie, I'll say, they had just dealt with making their way and infiltrating the SeaTac airport to discuss the terms of arrival of their new delegations with a one known as Flyboy. We are basically adapting a module known as Chicago by Night and readapting it to our own campaign, where we're taking a lot of influence from the story itself and attributing it to our own story that we have dubbed When Seattle Sleeps. So a lot of characters may be similar, some characters may be different or omitted, depending on the situation and various backstories. But regardless, just bear in mind that we are not professionals. We play this game for kicks. The fact that you guys are here, it's just a bonus. And if we get things wrong or I do an improper ruling, try not to be too serious about it. I have literally my entire desk space filled with books right now to make sure I get it as right as I can. And I'm learning, and everybody else is learning. So we're just here to have fun. If you have a problem with that, get over it. Trust me, Chris, it might bite you.
You might like it.
No, you won't.
You would.
No.
Wait, do I put in the things in now? Okay.
I thought you had them in.
I took them out. I'm retracting them. Okay, go ahead.
But anyway, we now come back to our very interesting coterie. After they had just dealt with a certain starting issues of problems, as our wonderful coterie had been tasked by the Prince of Seattle, Dragos Caudel, that there would be some delegations arriving tomorrow night, and they were supposed to use 2 nights to basically deal with any possible complications that may arise from certain individuals of our esteemed family, or families, so to speak. They had just recently managed to infiltrate themselves into the SeaTac airport and acquire a guarantee from the Thin Blood that manages and runs that territory that the delegations would arrive unharmed and our coterie would not face any hang-ups, that everything would be smooth. However, it did cost our local truck bender Acer a significant amount of money to pull that bribe over. And unfortunately, those resources will be unavailable to him for the rest of the story, as it was a very large amount of money. However, it's worth it, as the Thin Blood Flyboy very easily established that he'll turn a blind eye. So, with one problem handled, no one got caught, no one was injured. It was time for the party to move on to the next potential problem. After doing a bit of research on Genghis, they discovered that he is a local Bruja anarch upstart that is one of the many few that have recently begun to seed themselves into Seattle thanks to Dragos' suddenly rise to power. Deep in Bruja territory, which we have learned that Crescent, unfortunately, is not very welcome there for reasons yet to be found out by you all. So, seeing a less riskier situation, they decided to go for a different contact known as Crook, an old Nosferatu bar hustler that many of the Seattle seedy sites at one point or another have been either indebted or benefacted from his generosity and overall sharp tongue and quick humor. The party staking out the old lounge that Crook is known to be roosting in as his haven. It was oddly dark and abandoned. Upon a closer inspection, though, abandoned is used lightly as more in the middle of renovations, but as our wonderful coterie, mainly Crescent and Grayson, they managed to find a lower window hanging down by this that kind of led to the basement. However, when they tapped onto the glass, Crook vanished into the shadows, taking his meal with him. They managed to find a back entrance, and upon knocking, Grayson was able to persuade Mr. Crook for a bit of his time, but at a cost, offering a minor boon, enticing him with a potential meal. However, the definitions of that meal were not quite specific. They followed Mr. Crook, a old Nosferatu, hunched and disformed in many different ways. No nose, gray, ashy skin, and oversized sunglasses and pointed ears, and followed him down into his basement, where they proceeded to attempt negotiations. Mr. Crook played dumb, feeling out the situation, but it wasn't long before the coterie discovered that this man, Wow Camarilla, held no open allegiance. To him, it'd be more entertaining to watch the city burn to the ground rather than allow chaos to go unstoked. As negotiations, though, began to break down, as the coterie were having a hard time convincing Mr. Crook to cede to their side and their logic, Mr. Crook offered Grayson a ultimatum to cash in his boon now. He would let them be if he allowed him to have a little taste of Crescent's sweet and dark La Sombra Vitae. After all, the La Sombra are strange and unusual kindred that are not very common in Seattle. And for a Nosferatu that rivals chaos, getting a sip of that power was very worthwhile to him. Grayson, not hesitating, however, outright refused, saying he was breaching the boon, and as tensions rose and aggravations became a bit heightened, and the room became stressed, the coterie, as well as Mr. Crook, was suddenly interrupted by the blaring sounds from Highway to Hell and the sound of screeching tires before a very massive 2021 V8 truck came slamming through the basement wall at a extremely rapid rate, causing some overall minor damage to Grayson's physical form, which could have been much more severe had Crescent, not with her supernatural strength and speed, managed to pull him out of the way. I did say originally last episode that he took a point of aggravated damage, but unfortunately upon my review of the rules, as crazy as it may seem, it could have been worse. So instead, Grayson, your aggravated is 3 superficial damage instead, and you are no longer crippled. Though, we'll see what happens. For now, we get back into it, everyone. As Acer, you stumble out of the car, brandishing your katana. Crook now pulled back. You can hear the sounds of crunching brick underneath a sharpened grip. 2 beads of red eyes poking out through the darkness at the 3 of you. And you just hear that soft guttural like, oh, you little shitty upstarts. Now you're fucking dead.
Can I see Mr. Crook?
You can see almost the slightly luminescent red tint of his eyes kind of poking through the shadow. Actually, I would say with the massive hole now in the side of his building, there is a cast of moonlight where you can kind of see vaguely his form in the darkness. So, vaguely, yes.
Okay. I'm trying to think if he has made himself... He's going... I'm thinking, what? Would I know very much about the Nosferatu clan?
For this, go ahead and make an intelligence plus occult.
Okay. Still totally worth putting one into a cult.
You know what? Sometimes one die can make all the difference, my friend.
Honestly, I
You
think
never
people
know.
cult a lot.
Wait a second. I'm only.
Remember, you can always rouse the blood to try and get an extra die.
Well, not with my current hunger, unfortunately. I will.
It's always up to you.
That is. Nope. I
What'd you
don't know
get?
any. I got blanks.
Did you get any critical failures or bestial failures?
The bestial is the skull,
The
correct?
red skull.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one of those.
That would be a bestial failure.
Oh
The hell is that?
Well, we're starting
Means-
off strong,
no!
guys.
Bad. That's the first
What?
bestial failure, I think.
That is the very first bestial failure. Congratulations, Grayson.
Hello, everyone. I am, in fact, the first to receive a bestial failure of this. I want to. I
Chronicle.
hate my life.
You know what? At least it's not as bad as Victor. His first bestial failure, and he straight up murdered a kid. Let's see here.
Oh, my goodness.
This is going great. I love everything.
Start off the session with a bestial failure. We're good.
Because I can't reroll blood dice.
You cannot reroll
No,
blood dice. So if you,
You
want,
can't. You can re-roll the black ones and make it not a bestial failure.
There
So-
was no black dice. That was the problem.
oh, you only have
No.
red die.
I'm at 3. So for people who don't know, I am at 3 hunger. That means that for each point, I have to replace a die with a red blood die.
Oh, so yeah,
So-
no, you're locked into a bestial failure, my friend.
I'm pretty much locked into a bestial failure.
Oh no. Okay. Well, let's see how this rolls out. Let me take a look. See. Thank God for this. Backer Pat, very beautiful. Bestial failure 207.
So remind me again, bestial failures can only activate if you don't have any successes.
You need to
right?
have 0 successes, and you need to get a skull on your blood die. So if,
Okay.
if you had 0 successes across the board and it was all on black die, then you just fail. It was an attempt and it didn't work. But if you get a red skull and no success, it is now a bestial failure, where not only do you fail, but you fail in a way that ends up triggering your beast at an inopportune time.
So basically, the dictator's just like, I'm tired of thinking. Attack.
Let's see
The
here.
yeah.
beast
In
takes
other
over,
words,
yeah.
there may now be the dictator coming out and like, you insolent, disgusting waste of vampire vitae.
Let's see here.
I'm going to make you beg.
So, based on the bestial failure, you must act out your clan's compulsion. Let's go ahead and find that now, shall we?
Clan's compulsion.
Ah, the Tremere Compulsion.
Perfectism. Nothing but the best satisfies the vampire. Anything less than exceptional performance instills a profound sense of failure, and they often repeat tasks obsessively to get them just right. Oh no. Until the vampire
no.
scores a critical win on a skill roll or the scene ends, the vampire labors under a 2 dice penalty to all dice pools. Reduce the penalty to 1 die for a repeated action and remove it entirely on a second repeat. So until you have a critical success or this scene ends, you are at a 2 dice penalty for all attributes.
Oh no!
That's really freaking big.
Or we can roll it on a compulsion, or you can take something else at a cost.
I really don't think it's in the cards for me to have this. I think I need to take something else.
Okay, let me see.
If it is at a cost.
Let me see here, because I know there was more when it comes to other compulsions. Okay, so this is the options I will give you. You can take your clan compulsion, and I will reward you with a single experience point. Or
Oh,
Shit.
damn.
you can take the hunger compulsion. As you feel yourself reaching into your mind to try and recall any type of last-minute knowledge, just as you watch Crook, those eyes just fade away into darkness, you feel that anger inside you swell up. That dictator's voice in your mind. That's it. Grayson, I gave you a fucking chance. I gave you a fucking chance, and you wasted it. Now you can't fucking see him. That's it. You're going to listen to me now. You're going to find him.
Away.
You are going to find him, and you are going to drink him. I want his blood. I want to feed on him. He insulted you and your coterie. He wanted to feed on your dog, on yours. Now it's time to get some payback. No more diplomacy. Time to act. You can either try and resist this dictator within you and just rely on your clan's compulsion of practice makes perfect. But the nerves are getting to you, which would result in a 2 dice penalty, but that would give you an experience point. Or you can live within the Hunger Compulsion. This compulsion with hunger, the vampire's thoughts are irreacceptably strayed towards the rush of sticking their fangs into prey for the hot blood that waits within. A vampire would do anything to slate their hunger, whether that means violence, subterfuge, or outright begging. They perform any action not immediately conducive to feeding, or they receive a 2 dice penalty. So if you're not actively trying to feed on something, you will act as in a reduced cost. You either take 2 dice penalty to everything for experience point, or you must pursue the act of feeding.
You know what? I will pursue the act of feeding.
Oh,
So be it, as our choices have been made. So, as you feel this no longer this whisper, this smooth talker that is your beast inside you, Grayson. Instead, it is a roar. And you don't push it away this time. You've had enough. It's been a long night. Your truck just ran through a basement. That's probably fucking totaled. You look down at your pant leg. Your very expensive suit is ruined at the knee. And you know what? You're really fucking hungry. Enough is enough. Time to give in to that little demon inside.
Grayson, as he's hearing the voice, he normally grabs his glasses by the edge, but this time he grabs them by the front, slides them off slowly, and he crunches them in his hand.
Crescent, you just see knuckles crack, veins pulsing underneath Grayson's very lean arms as he just crunches his glasses into powder.
You see what you've made me do? I keep calm and collected. I have tried to reason with you filthy creatures. And I've had enough. Takes the bits of the glasses, he just slams them into his pocket.
You can hear the sound of fabric ripping at the force, just that only further just fuels that frenzy. And now at this time, as we come into the scene, Crook has vanished into the shadows. His eyes no longer visible. The basement is silent as a church mouse. Grayson, you are at a bubbling fury. What do you guys want to do?
I am activating Sense the Unseen.
All right. Is that a free, or do you have to do a rouse check?
I believe I need to rouse for Sense the Unseen. I will double check just to see. Here we are, Sense the Unseen. Excuse me. It is in fact free.
Wonderful.
I was right.
Wonderful,
Yay.
wonderful. I love those free abilities. You take a deep breath, let that fury kick in, and Crescent, you can see within the reflection of now the shattered windshield of this massive truck, headlights kind of blasting one side of the wall, casting straight shadows that come in off the street and coalesce in this weird amalgamation of light with moonlight and LED shadowed chaos. There is rubble and dust everywhere. Visibility is even hard for you, but you see this glint of almost this reddish gold that seems to reflect back to Grayson's eyes. And you look up, Grayson, and right where Crook was, you now see a very faint, almost halogenic outline of his body. You can see the features as he's just staying very still, as your sense of the unseen can see through his cloak of shadows. What do you want to do, as you're the first one to see him?
And he hasn't moved from his spot, correct?
He has not. He's simply used Cloak of Shadows, and he is not moving as of yet.
I'd slowly drag my eyes up to him, as Auspex is I'm just letting it flow at this point. So my eyes are now blood red, And I look up to him and say, "That's not going to save you from me." I'm going to dash over to him.
And immediately you just run straight forward. You put a foot up, leap over the front of the hood, and go straight towards him just as he tilts his head towards you in this strange moment. You hiss out with your fangs. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try and grapple him.
You're going to try and grapple him. He will definitely try and move out of the way to dodge.
Okay.
Can I look around for a piece of wood?
No roll required for that, as there... Funny enough...
I imagine there's debris everywhere.
So finding a piece of wood is not hard, as when the truck comes barreling through, you can actually feel the foundation of this entire place shift ever so slightly. Might be problematic in a bit, but for now, we'll see. There's wood everywhere, but I do want you to go ahead and roll a wits plus awareness for me, please.
I think that's a 6, but let me try. 3. Yeah, that's 6, and...
He's going to go ahead and rouse the blood to get an extra die out of this.
Okay.
He succeeds.
Oh, thank God. That is 2 success.
2 successes. And I lost my dice, so I should re-roll that for farity's sake, because I have a small tray. Okay. We'll come back to you in a moment, Grayson. 2 successes. Crescent, as Grayson just leaps up with this vampiric fury, you see him just bound off into the shadows towards nothing, at least to your eyes. You look around and you find easily just shards of wood just scattered all over the place as the truck gets slammed into a set of almost old wooden and metal lockers. But it's not the wood that catches your attention. It is the fact that as you look around, you see slumped over the front of the hood, blood pooling from his torso into the ground, is the naked, blonde-haired man that Crook had been feeding on, that had apparently been hiding in one of the lockers, that the truck has now just pinned into the wall. He is barely conscious, he is pale, and he is coughing blood out the front of his mouth onto the hood of this car.
Well, that's unfortunate. Where's the steak?
You can pick one up off the ground if you wish.
Yes, I'll pick one.
Easy enough. You pick one off the ground. Grayson, what was your roll?
That is, what is that? Strength and brawl?
For grappling, strength and brawl, +1 for your specialty, plus another for your gloves.
Oh, another for my gloves. Okay.
Because you did wear your gloves today, correct?
Oh, absolutely. We came into this building. I'm like,
yeah,
no.
we came into this with
No, thank
weapons
you.
out.
Don't trust. That's so that is a so 5 successes. And
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, 5 successes.
He only got 4 out of a critical, so 5 successes enough. You reach out just as he almost turns his body in this almost unfashionable way. You actually clamp down straight in his shoulders, rip him off the ground, and Crescent, you see just as Grayson grabs onto nothing, all of a sudden Crook just materializes from shadow, rips him off the wall just by sheer body weight, and they both disappear on the other side of the truck. Considering it was a grapple attack, a bite may be included.
Yes, I will bite.
Alrighty, let me go ahead and see here. Da-da-da-da. This just got real interesting. Everything is fun.
Try to keep my cool. People don't let me.
You know what? You really did your best here. That was not your fault.
I tried.
you really did.
do it the best I can.
You really did. You know, you can only keep it together for so long.
Grayson's
I
been
don't
keeping
know
it
what-
together for a while too. Grayson's been.
Great.
I personally do not know what sent him over the edge. I mean, it could have been anything, really.
Anything at all, guys. Anything at all. Let me
Would
see
you like
here.
numerically or alphabetically?
Considering the hacker nature, I'll take numerically.
Okay, so this is what happens. As you grab on to Mr. Crook, he materializes. You just hear him, as you just yank him down to the ground, using your supernatural speed, you're able to twist him in midair, slam him to the ground. You hear his back kind of like crack and twist in this strange amalgamation of deformity as he cries out in pain, and you sink your fangs directly into him. He immediately takes 2 points of aggravated damage.
Ooh.
Oh wow!
As you feel your fangs sink into him like it was a knife through tissue paper.
Oh wow!
Now,
Grayson.
let's see.
Okay. Wow.
Wow.
Immediately, the dark, wondrous Vitae slams into you. You could feel that rich power. So you immediately slate one hunger as you begin to feast upon Crook. He also takes a point of hunger as well. As you could feel that Vitae slipping into your system, it's fueling you. Your compulsion has been satisfied. You have fed. You now, in subsequent turns, if he is not able to escape your grasp, you can continue to feed on him, if you so desire. But as soon as you feel your fangs sink into the dead, marbled flesh, you taste ash in your mouth at first. It almost jars you, but you push through it from the fury, and almost immediately there's this thick, viscous Vitae that just flows into you, almost like drinking syrup through a straw. But its flavor sends every one of your senses alight. You feel your body tensing. You feel your muscles retracting. You feel your body almost like the skin itself melding into darkness. I will allow you to choose one of the 3 disciplines that he has access to, so you can get disciplines in the future of that same out-of-clan discipline.
Okay.
He has either Fortitude, Obfuscate, or Potence.
He has fortitude.
He has fortitude! Right. Nosferatu have fortitude.
So you may choose one of those disciplines and allow you to spend an out-of-clan experience at a later point to increase it.
Okay. Okay, so it's fortitude, obfuscate, and
Potence.
Potence.
Potence is the increase of physical strength and prowess and the ability to give yourself supernatural strength, as well as combat, as well as maneuverability. Fortitude is overall bodily health and allow you to essentially take more damage. Obfuscate is the ability to stay hidden and unseen.
That's tough. I think for now I'm going to take the fortitude.
All right. As soon as you begin drinking him, you taste a very specific flavor. You're used to resonances. Your herd is abundance with all kinds of flavors from all different types of people that have walked all different types of life. Rich, poor, sane, unsane. The flavors are easy for you as looking through a high society menu at a restaurant. But this is different. Vampire Vitae is something you've never tasted before. At least not in the undead world. The only time you've ever had vampiric Vitae was when you were on that threshold between life and death when Birchrill brought you back as kindred. You can't really remember that feeling. But this is power. You feel your skin want to harden. You feel like there's a sense of armor that's overcome you. There's secrets in this blood. Fortitude is now at your disposal if you want to use out-of-clan experience to acquire it at a later time.
Note in my book about that.
But for now, all that swims through your mind is just this pooling of Vitae in your mouth as Cricket just, fuck, you stupid son of, damn it! Crescent, you're up as you're continuing your action. What are you doing? You picked up a wooden stake. You hear Crook screaming after a massive thud, and what can only be described as a sound between a rabid animal and... You know what? Grayson, narrate what you sound like while you're trying to chomp down on some Nosferatu neck.
Narrate your noises.
Narrate my... It's going to be a little funny, but it's going... I think I'm going to use a little bit of what you said. I'm going to, as I bite into him and I taste that first bit, I take back, interesting, and then I go back in again, and then... Yes, of course. Yeah, it's fantastic. And it's like I'm sampling it, every little like a
fine wine. You take brief sips and you see him pop back up. It's fantastic. Go back down again. Pop back up. Interesting. And then just go full savagery. And you don't just see this head just pop up, pop back down, pop back up, blood soaked, pop back down, and then it doesn't come up again. And you just hear a string of profanities and curses coming from Crook that I can't repeat on stream.
Gotcha.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna take the wood in my hand and I'm going to yell at Grace. Grayson, salad bar is over. Can you move?
Do you leap onto the hood of the car?
Oh yeah, I'm starting to move closer to them. I just want to get him so that he moves, so that I
So
can
the way
do
it
something.
is right now is that the hood of this truck is at a downward angle, and the front of this hood is blocking between you and Grayson and Crook. So to get where you can see Grayson, you're on top of the hood.
Rapid reflex over that.
Rapid reflex on top of the hood. You look down. There's really no way for you to stake him at this current second. So are you just going to wait to try and give yourself an opening, or are you doing something else?
I'm gonna wait for an opening.
I pull away for a moment, like, Crescent, have you ever tried this before? It's delightful.
No, never. Really?
All right, so you're waiting for an opening with your stake.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go after Crester with Grayson in the way.
All right, Acer, what are you doing?
Do I see the guy that I accidentally pinned?
Well-
Ultimate Soul.
Go ahead. I'll say, Crescent, did you point it out?
I'll say that I probably gestured to it. I was like, "Hey, Acer, you want to take care of that?"
Yeah, Acer, as soon as you come around, you slowly turn your head, and to your shock and horror, you see a mortal man, heavily injured and bleeding out in front of you, as his torso has been pinned to the wall by the crash bar of this truck. You can see maybe from his upper breast line to the top, and he's just slumped over the front of the hood, just blood pooling out of his mouth. You do see he's barely what you consider breathing, but his eyes are glazed over and he's not moving.
Oh, fuck, I thought you were dead. And I'm going to go over and I'm going to... you said the car is currently pinning him?
Yeah, so he is up against the wall, and the truck has now pinned him to that brick wall.
Yeah.
You came...
Fuck, this is a small basement.
It's not very big, and you came flying pretty hard. Hi, Gar. We're in the middle of a mess. You came flying through that wall.
A mess.
You came flying through that wall, I would have to say, at least 60. At least. That was a V8 engine.
All right. Fuck, I don't know if I can move a car, so fuck it. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can lift it enough to pull him out from underneath the car.
So you're gonna try and lift and push the car enough so that way his body will slump out, or you're gonna try and do a one-hander type
not
thing?
Not push the car. Yeah, not push the car. I'm trying to lift it enough with one hand so there's enough movement where I can pull the body out.
Okay. This is going to be a very difficult roll, but this is going to take strength and athletics. You can rouse the blood if you wish.
I'm pretty sure I will have to, so let me see really quick.
I mean, honestly, I'm just taking the small win where it's like, wait, does Sense the Unseen look through Nosferatu abilities?
Yes, it does.
Okay, good. That was my win.
That's the perk of Sense the Unseen. You can see invisible things.
I will definitely rouse the blood.
Okay, go ahead and make a rouse check.
I succeed.
Awesome. The caged beast inside stays quiet, but you urge that very thin level of vitae to fuel your muscles. You may go ahead and add a die to your strength pool.
Damn it. That's probably a good thing. Never mind. So I got 5.
Nice. Okay, 5 successes. That will actually do it. So Crescent, to your surprise, as you are fleet-footed and just ready to go, as soon as Grayson gives you an opening, you feel the hood of this truck. As you feel the front of this truck actually begin to lift and push outward ever so slightly, as you turn to see Acer with one arm against the wall, one arm underneath the crash of this truck, pulling it up, and you can see the actual signature of his muscles kind of cutting through the fabric of his jacket as he's actually lifting the front of this truck up one-handed, pushing off the wall as the body of his unnamed man just slumps to the floor.
Nice. Okay. Well,
can I quickly grab the body without hitting it?
I will say right now you are barely holding this truck together. You can try, but it may have consequences for either you or the potential victim here. You might need some help, or you could try to do it yourself and take some risk. But that will have to be for next turn.
Okay. Well,
I will allow you to speak if you want to.
That's what I was gonna do. As I'm just very inch by inch, like trying to get this room out. I'm just kind of like, can't hold it. Be impressed later, grab the body.
Just gonna look at the steak. Look at him. Look at the steak.
As you can feel the front end of this truck now just like kind of shaking. You don't think Ace is going to be able to hold this truck for a long time. And now the body is virtually underneath the truck. And it has to be moved. So, at this point...
Grayson, for the love of God, do not drink him dry. I'm going to go...
All right, when it comes around to your next turn, we'll get to that. As now it's Crook's turn.
Oh, great.
Understandable.
Because if he wasn't pissed beforehand, and if there was any semblance of negotiation still on the table, that's gone. That's fucking gone.
The ACD set's doing just fine.
Oh yeah, Highway to Hell is now blaring, and we've kind of slipped into a little bit of Nirvana.
Ooh, hell yeah.
As you sink your fangs into him, he's going to go ahead and rouse the blood. He succeeds again. Damn. All of a sudden, as you're feeding, you can feel those muscles in his neck become as hard as steel.
Okay.
It's like every single cord in his body just suddenly with like almost that Super Saiyan moment where just like he just suddenly swells up twice his size. You can hear the structure of his body rearranging underneath you as all of a sudden his muscles become much more supported as he activates prowess.
Aha.
And you just hear this whispering growl in your ear just say, "Get the fuck off me," as you feel the small bit of space come back and he runs to start shoving his hand straight through your chest. Are you going to try and dodge? If you do, you will have to let go of him. It's up to you. You can try and hold on to him and try and weather the blow and fight back. If you lose, you will take damage. Or you can try and dodge, and if you succeed, you could take no damage potentially.
Yeah, because I'm already at 3 superficial right now because of the truck. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and dodge.
Okay.
Seeing that he's ready to, like, impale me, I'm like, no.
Okay.
No, thank you.
This is going to be a contested roll. He's also going to rouse the blood because he is thoroughly pissed for an extra strength die. He succeeds again. Crook is pissed.
This is understandable.
So he has 2 strength.
But so am I.
6 brawl. 6,
Great.
8. So 9 dice.
Good Lord.
Prowess, man.
9?
Yep.
Oh, we're dead.
Our DM rolls unusually high.
Yeah, he
he's
usually
at
rolls
2
very high, so
dice.
I'm
You
scared.
replace 2 of those dice. Okay. Is it a burn of willpower to roll one of the blanks?
No, he's
Okay. What is your dodge roll? As that is dexterity plus athletics.
I don't like how we said one of the blanks, which means it's pretty fucking.
And athletics. Wow. Okay, that is bad. Oh, fuck.
So regardless, no matter the result, you are letting go of him to try and dodge out of the way.
Absolutely. I'm getting away from this. It's bad. Bad. You know what? I got to try and mitigate this. I'm going to try and rouse the blood.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, I will rouse.
And you just had a snack. Let's see if he gets a little buff out of it.
I do succeed my rouse check.
Nice. You do not get hungrier. Your dictator, while still furious, is sated for now.
Okay. 2 successes.
2
All right, that's better than
successes.
nothing.
Do you want to burn a willpower?
Those are blood die. I can't reroll them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is definitely not enough, as you do reduce the damage, but as you just that instinctual fear in your mind goes off, you roll out of the way, but nowhere near fast enough, as that 1-inch punch slams into your torso right at the sternum, and you feel bones crack. Crescent, you hear the cracking of bones as his chest cavity. So that is a total of 8, reduced by 2, make it 6. You take another 3 points of superficial damage, as it feels like you just got slammed by a truck powered by a jet engine straight into your sternum. You feel bone and sternum crack as you roll off, just gasping for air. Crook is immediately on his feet, and he looks around to see his options. You see the truck in front of him. He sees you on the ground. He sees Crescent with a stake. And he's actually going to leap right past you, Crescent. He's going to start heading up the stairs. His one hand over, and he just slams down the dust, lands right next to you, Acer, as you see now this in full form this monstrous individual. You haven't really had a good vision of him now, but until the second, as he lands next to you, you just, veins popping out of your neck, you turn to see him, lands on this almost like Schmeagol, a hole where a nose should be, ashen crumpled skin, matted hair kind of flayed off in every direction, crazed, slightly glowing red eyes, and these just oversized shoulders and chest, bulging biceps, and these long dagger-like fangs just right up the stairs. So, as we come back to the top, Grayson, you're up. What are you doing? As you are on the ground, just heaving for air. And then you remember, I don't have to breathe, but God, that hurt.
Yeah, and just Grace. Oh, wait, I don't do that.
So don't forget, it's not like D&D. You can use actions, disciplines, mending, rousing, all in the same turn. Like, basically, all of your options, you can do one of each.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do, you know what? If I can mend, the first thing I'm going to do is try to right myself, like as I stand up. I'm going to try to at least mend one of them.
Okay, go ahead and rouse the blood. One rouse check for you would equal, I believe, mending. You would heal 1 superficial damage per rouse check.
Okay, fair enough.
So you go ahead and rouse. So it happens anyway. So you mend. You can feel some of those bones pop back into space. While I will want to double check, you already took 3 superficial damage from the truck and another 3 from that hit. Did any of your health trackers overlap?
They did not.
They did not. So you just have all superficial damage.
All superficial damage right now.
Good. Remember, if you ever overlap, that becomes aggravated and will be on mending.
Right.
But
that is what I'm worried about.
You feel your foot just torn up, barely functional. You feel your sternum just caved in, but you push that vitae, and you can feel bones begin to realign themselves within you. Still hurts. It's going to take more mending to fix all of this, but you do heal 1 superficial damage.
Okay, I did succeed, by the way.
Wonderful. You do not get hungrier. As you feel that now fist-sized dent, you kind of push out a little bit, and your chest isn't quite as pressurized.
I look up and I see Crook running.
You barely see the tail end of his frock coat kind of go up the stairs very rapidly.
I immediately look up, Crescent, go after him. I've got Easter. And I'm going to go over and I'm going to, and I see the man.
Yeah, you are on the ground right now, unless you've pulled yourself up, and Acer has lifted the front end of this truck using the wall and the leverage of the angle to push it upwards, and the entire truck is now like shaking and bobbing. But you do see there's maybe a foot gap from the concrete to the truck, and there's this just crumpled man. You can see his torso has been caved inwards, but it's still connected by some miracle. Maybe the locker absorbed some of the impact. Maybe the wall took most of the damage when he plowed through it. However, this man is, by rough guesstimation, maybe alive for now. But who knows how long that's going to be.
Yeah, if I see the man and I see Acer struggling, I'm going to go over and get up as quick as I can. I'm going to grab the man and move him out of the way as carefully as I can.
Okay, so you're going to try and pull him out towards you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you reach out and grab him by the feet. I won't say there's really a role for this as needed because Acer did enough of a good roll where it's not like dire. He's not going to drop it any second. He's just not going to be able to hold it for very long. So you get yourself under there as carefully as you can and just carefully begin dragging him out. You can hear as you hear him just gargling and just choking on his own bodily fluid. As you get pulling him out, you can see bones sticking out where they shouldn't be sticking out, and there are just this blood smear dragging behind him as you are trying your best to carefully get him out, but he is extremely injured. And this is where it dawns on you, he is mortal. So that was you pulled him out, he's in front of you. What do you want to do?
I need to figure out how much longer he has.
I would say for this, go ahead and make an intelligence plus medicine.
Okay, let me see.
And you do have at least 1 dot in medicine, correct?
I have 2 in medicine.
Okay, and is also plus your intelligence. Okay, so because you actually do have a background in medicine, you are not a doctor, but you have been dealing with medication type stuff and health-related stuff for so long that you know injuries. You've seen many, many addicts come into your clinic in all qualities of life, from brutally injured and emaciated and harmed due to their addictions and the complications that can come from it, as well as the basic understanding of how to keep a person healthy, since you've really focused on your own in the later days of your life. This is really bad. This is really bad. You can see as you pull him out and kind of get him into a position that doesn't look life-threatening. From his sternum down to his hips, looks like a tube of toothpaste that's been smashed in. His legs are twisted at one angle, and you can see just blood pooling out and a massive evisceration across his stomach. This man, the fact that he's alive now is a miracle, but he doesn't have very long. An exact time, you're not sure, but this is dire. This is something needs to be done now. He is mortal, and this man is dying in front of you. What do you want to do?
I have an idea of something I could do, but this is...
Well, I'll let you chew on that. Unless you're using a discipline, that's all you can do this turn.
Okay.
So I'll let you chew on that as we move over to Crescent. You hear what Grayson shouts at you just as you hear the fading of footsteps up wooden floors. You feel this lounge kind of a little bit of dust kind of come from the upper floors. That impact may or may not have done something to the structural integrity of this building, but we have yet to know for sure. But there's almost like the settling of dust as you feel a little bit rain on top of you, just as you hear Grayson shout orders at you, Crook vanishing up. What do you want to do?
I'm immediately taking the orders and going for Crook.
All right.
I will rapid reflex that shit, and I will pull the gun out as well.
Okay, so you just pull one gun out and a stake in the other hand?
Yep.
Okay, just keep track of your limbs.
Your dual wield.
Limb economy.
My dual wielding.
Your limb economy. There we go. That's the word I was looking for.
Limb economy. I like that. I'll keep
Voodoo doctor. Oh God. But with a jagged piece of jagged piece of wood in one hand and your customized crescent pistol in the other, you rapid reflexes up there just in time to see this blur disappear into the shadows. You take in your surroundings. The entire top of this building has now shook. Things have fallen over. Lights have smashed open. There's glass on the table. Glass from the skylights have shattered and crumbled in. You're going to have to give Acer some credit maybe later because he did a number of this fucking building with his truck. But for now, Crook has vanished in the heavy shadows that exist in this space. What do you want to do?
I'm going to go to where I last saw him.
You begin walking towards that area. I'll say go ahead and make
I'm going to go in and I'm going to make sure that I have everything armed and ready.
All right, go ahead and make a Wits plus awareness roll to see if you can even find him.
6. Success. So 3 successes.
3 successes. Let's see if Crook is good enough to hide from that.
Plot is happening.
Lots of plot is happening. So that's 4, 5, 6. He is going to rouse the blood because his luck has been good. Failed. He gets
I can do a willpower. Fucking A, I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, sorry, too late now.
Yeah, I know. I'll remember next time.
But Crook does go a little bit hungrier as he rouses the blood and fails. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Wow.
5, 6, 7. I gotta reroll that because I keep forgetting hunger die. That's
a good thing or a bad thing, but I'll take it.
Depends.
Oh, God. Great.
You said you had 3 successes?
Yeah.
You see, as you just kind of rapid reflex and your eyes just scan the room, all of a sudden, just like almost this trained predator in the night, your head just, you hear a small little, and immediately your head just snaps over and you can see the silhouette of Crook just almost taking cover near a table. You do see him if you want to do something.
Yeah, I'm gonna... I have have the blade at the end of the pistol, right?
You have your hooked blade at the end of your pistol, as well as a pistol and your wooden stake.
Okay, I would try and stake him, but I feel like that would be too risky. I don't think I'd even be able to succeed on that. So
the only thing you have to be aware of is the called shot, so you need 5 successes at a -2 to your dice penalty.
Why not? I'm gonna go for it. Why not? She's impulsive.
You're gonna go for it? Okay, let me double check. Stars, stalkers, stakes, 221.
Oh dear.
And he was definitely going to try and dodge because he sees you, rapid reflexes up the stairs, you both make eye contact, and you just pull out that stake and charge straight at him. You just brace it and go diving straight for that kill shot, and he's going to try and dodge.
Okay.
So that's going to be dexterity plus athletics.
Dexterity and athletics?
Oh, no, yours is going to be, it's going to be strength plus melee.
Strength and melee.
Oh boy.
Sorry, Grayson, I know you're stressing.
I am.
Sorry, Grayson.
He is going to use a willpower to reroll some dice. Worth. Very worth.
Okay. I'm definitely going to rouse the blood. I'm going to add those 3 dice in there because I'm like so close.
Okay, go for it.
And I forget, the rouse the blood is different than willpower, right?
So rousing the blood,
Or
you make a hunger check. Whether you pass or
Gotcha.
fail, you get the bonus.
And I fail.
So that violet orchid that represents your beast, as you are a unique type of kindred, your soul shattered to pieces. You've already accepted what you've become. You live within the oblivion. You are your beast. And it begins to bloom. The danger of that fully blooming means loss of control. And you know, and the last times that has happened, when that beautiful orchid shows itself in the night, it goes from violet to red from the blood that spills around you. But for now, you're in control. But keep that in mind. So go ahead and add 3 dice to your strength. Remember, take 2 dice away before you roll, as this is a called shot.
Take 2 dice away?
Yes, it is a cold shot. So you have to take 2 dice away.
Oh. Okay. I got this. Okay. That is wait, no, that's does the red dice count for crits? I forget.
If you basically got a black onk that has the crit one and a red crit, it becomes a messy crit. So it still counts as a crit, but it's a messy crit.
Okay, because then that'd be 7.
7 successes. Is that a messy
It's a
critical?
crit.
It's a messy.
You can burn willpower to try and make it not a crit. But you risk not succeeding here. Okay? Go ahead and roll any crit dice.
Wait, I risk not succeeding. Oh no.
It always is a risk. It's 7 successes with a messy critical. That could maybe do it. But it's a messy critical. Do you give in the beast, or do you try and retain control of yourself?
I'm going to do the willpower.
Okay, you burn a point of willpower. Try to remain yourself in control. Go ahead and re-roll those crit dice for something else. Up to 3.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Remember to breathe,
So
Grayson.
that black crit.
What?
Remember to still breathe, Grayson. Did you get
I don't
another
need to do
crit?
that anymore.
Oh,
Did you get crits again?
I got 2 black though.
But
So
there's still a red crit on the field. So you critted again?
Yes.
It's still a messy crit. So how many successes in total?
That would be.
Shit gets hairy when you're fighting as a vampire, huh?
Yeah. Holy cow.
I hate messy criticals. I hate critical failures.
I think that's still 7.
7 total?
Because I think that's still 7.
Okay, let me just double check messy crits.
Damn it.
You know
I
what?
think we're all just coming together as a coterie tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're really
Just really seeing all sides.
Everyone,
we're just-
everyone's doing a thing, like people are dying. It's wonderful.
Okay, I'm fine.
Crook is fast. unbelievably fast despite his deformations to his Nosferatu body. But Crescent, you are a trained killer. You hide it from the world. But deep down, you always wondered if you were truly a killer. Eleonora taught you well. Eleonora pushed the potential in you, and now's the time to use it. You feel your entire body tense up, but with lightning speed, you launch forward. And you feel something soft impact. You feel that stake go into Crook as he looks as he tries to lean out of the way, but you were so fast, you left a skid mark in the ground from your boots as you impale the stake straight into his chest, all the way through and out the other side. To the point where you are almost forearm deep into his body. You can feel the wood puncturing out the other side and the deadness of his heart in your palm. And you were inches from his face as you watch Crook's body begin to harden, and he looks at you with this burning fury. You fucking bit. And he just stays that way. And you pull your hand back as you are up to your forearm in blackened vitae. Crescent, your vampiricness, your rage as La Sombra have just shown your true vampiric nature. And as you pull your hand back, you hear, as you turn to see a mortal blonde-haired older woman trembling behind the bar counter as she just witnessed what you've just done. You gain a stain for breaching the masquerade, and you gain another stain for torturing a vampire uncleanly. For those that don't know, stains are damages to a vampire's humanity. Every stain potentially pushes them deeper and deeper into the beast that they come. You acquire stains by, obviously, messy criticals, but you also can gather stains from making other vampires or breaking the tenets of our story. One of the tenets of our story is that all kills must be clean. This, unfortunately, Crescent, for you, is not clean. It was messy. It was jagged. And a mortal has seen you do it. You've gained 2 stains on your humanity as you see this terrified woman just shaking behind the bar counter, and you see her hands holding a pump shotgun. As it seems that maybe Crook had someone else living in this building. I will allow you to say something as you just feel your arm coated in dark vitae, and a certain cold numbness just kind of hits you in the chest as you realize what's just happened.
I'm not going to say anything.
Not going to say anything? As Crook's body hits the floor with a sickening thud, Acer, it is now your go as you see Grayson has pulled the body out from underneath the truck safely.
I am going to instantly let go and back away.
The truck hits the cement with a resounding crack. You can feel the foundation of this building shake a little bit more as the tailgate slams into the upper wall a little bit.
And I'm going to walk over to the guy and I'm going to be like, you need to help Crescent. I'll take care of him.
Acer, I'm going to trust you.
I'll do what I can. And you're going to see Acer kind of... You said his blood was all over the floor, right?
It is on the floor. It's a little bit on you. It's definitely on Grayson. Like, what hunger are you at?
I'm at 1.
1. You're fine. The smell is enticing. You can smell the fear just from the blood on the floor. But you're in control of yourself. You're not that hungry. You can push past it easily.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like go behind the guy. I'm gonna slowly like lean him down so he's kind of like on my lap. And as I pull my hand back from whatever blood he's gushing right now, I am going to lick it and activate a taste for blood. I got 1 into sorcery, so that's a total of 4. Damn it. 1 success.
You can roll a willpower if you want. You're very close, I'll say that.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
That might be worth it.
I'm going to use another roll. 2 successes. All right, that's a little better.
You have a total of 2?
Yeah, total 2.
What you can tell, because technically this is a failure, because you need at least 3 successes for this ability to take off. However, he is mortal, so the rules are a bit different here, I'm going to say. So 2 successes, you know he's mortal. He's not cool. He is mortal through and through. And his blood resonance right now is chloric fear. Straight, patronizing fear. And he is not looking good. Something needs to be done, and needs to be done soon. As this is just looking over it, with Grayson kind of pointing certain things out, and you just being naturally as smart as you are, both of you can definitely infer that unless this man gets some kind of aid very soon, he's going to die.
Okay, I'm going to look at Grayson, and I'm going to be like, go. If that guy gets out, we're fucked.
Shit. I'm going to shake my head, but I'm going to look to Acer, and I don't say anything, but I just give him that look, and I stand up and I go towards the stairs.
You hop over the front of the hood as you could feel the roof begin to shake. We'll count that as a movement when you get to your turn.
Okay.
But moving on, Crook is torpid. However, the woman behind the bar, acting in the scene, sees Crescent wide-eyed and petrified, just gore dripping from your arm as you just kind of look at her very limply. Let's see if she has the willpower to do anything. She's just going to scream and pull on both levers of her double-action shotgun right at you. So she is mortal, so it's not a lot of dice, but you could try and dodge it with rapid reflexes if you wish.
I was wondering if I could, but I didn't want to jump on that.
Oh, no, you're allowed to. Remember, you're allowed to interrupt me. I don't take offense to it.
Oh, I know, but I've been doing it quite a bit. I'm like, rapid reflexes,
No, that's fine. I prefer it because I'm rolling with the scene, so I'm able to absorb information quickly. That's the beautiful thing about ADD, folks.
I would like to dodge and move closer to her.
Okay, you may go ahead and use Dexterity plus Athletics with no penalty due to rapid reflexes. Though she does get a bonus to this because it is a double-barreled shotgun at very close range.
Dexterity, and you said athletics?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm not too hungry.
Oh, fuck.
No, don't say that.
Well, we'll see what happens.
4 successes.
4 successes. Not enough. As she rolled a crit plus 3. So she rolled a total of 7.
Oh, yeah, there's no way I would have been able to.
How many successes did you have in total?
I had 4.
4, so you do reduce the damage, but she does beat you by a margin of 3. So, it's the double-barrel shotgun. It's considered a heavier weapon. That adds plus 4 to her damage. As you rapid reflex, zoom close to her, the gun goes off. Your timing was just a hair too early. As you rapid reflex in front of her and take it point blank to the gut. As you look down, there's this gaping hole in your stomach. That would be 7 points of bludgeoning damage, or piercing damage reduced by half. You take 4 points of superficial damage as both barrels just unload straight into your chest.
Oh.
You could feel it tear through you like shrapnel as you just almost knocked off your feet, but keep standing as you look down. There's now just almost dodgeball-sized hole where your abdomen used to be. And she's just shaking wildly, just wide-eyed. She's not going to move. She's just standing there perplexed at the fact that someone moved fast that she could recognize, and when she saw them again, they took both shotgun shells to the chest, and they're still standing in front of her. She's just standing there wide-eyed, and that's what she's going to do. She's going to stay there. Going up to Grayson, you are now hopping over the hood of the truck on the other side as you hear a bang!
I'm just going to dash up there as quick as I can after hearing that.
As soon as you come around the corner, you just see it just in time to see very chaotic scene here. Crook is on the floor and he is not moving, and you see a terrified woman, just older woman, shaggy blonde hair kind of all over the place and weird little curls pinned up in certain ways, old like barmaid's outfit, holding a double-barreled shotgun right in front of her as Crescent is now missing a solid dodgeball hole out of her abdomen.
Oh, God. I'm going to go up to the woman. I'm going to kind of push Crescent behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to her. Okay. I'm going to take that from you now. Okay. I need you to stay calm. And I'm going to activate dominance.
And you're using Compel, I'm assuming?
Yes.
What is your order specifically?
I'm going to tell her, remain calm and hand me the weapon.
I'll say that's simple enough for Compel. And it's a free ability, correct?
Yes, it is a free ability.
Okay. You see just the panic and paleness in her face. And she just makes eye contact with you. And her shoulders just kind of relax. She seems kind of stare off very vacantly, and she just... Okay. Cracks the barrel open. 2 shells just eject out, steam kind of coming out from both barrels. She just kind of hands you the gun.
I'm going to gently grab it from her, and I'm going to put it on the bar to the side of me, like away from her arm's reach.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to look at her again. Okay. I need you to go sit down, and and once you do, I need you to forget what you just saw.
Okay. So at this point, we're now out of combat, so we don't really have a lot of movement restrictions. So you're going to use the waving of the hand trick.
Yes.
Okay. So you
the hand wave.
Yep. You tell her to go sit down. As soon as you give this order, she walks over and sits by the nearby bar, looking over at Crook, as you can kind of see tears beginning to well up in her eyes. And you just wave your hand in front of her and say, I need you to forget this. And immediately she just kind of goes slack for a minute. After a few seconds here, she kind of begins looking around, looks back towards you, and she goes, "The hell are you guys doing in my bar?" The moment she says this, Crescent, what are you feeling right now? As a mortal just shot you. A mortal just pumped you full of lead.
Probably ashamed. Embarrassed.
You're feeling shame and embarrassment.
Mm-hmm.
Would Crescent be the one to react aggressively when embarrassed and shamed? Would she be violent?
I think she'd run.
I need you to go ahead and roll for Terror Frenzy then. 2 successes? I don't think that's enough, but I'll double check.
Oh, God.
This has been an interesting evening, you guys. It could have gone worse.
I'm not stressed. You're stressed.
I don't know what you're talking about. This has been great.
I'm feeling a little something over here.
I'm feeling a little heart palpitations, okay?
I'm feeling excitement as a storyteller. This has been very interesting. This is definitely what they mean by this game doesn't really rely on combat. Even combat's like stressful and interesting. So, not that terrible. But in this situation, as Grayson looks to you, you hear the voice of this mortal speak, and you think, she saw me as a vampire. I just took 2 barrels to the chest. I'm hurt. I'm in pain. I lost control. And Grayson, oh God, maybe he saw you. Maybe he saw what much of a monster you really think you are. Maybe he saw the parts of you that you don't want anyone to see. This is too much right now. You feel that rock-sheck red just flume over you. You feel your muscles tighten. And before Grayson, you have a chance to say anything. You just hear and Crescent just moves. Rapid reflexes out the front of the door. Glass and wood just splintering as full vampiric narration, right? She just busts to the front and she moves faster than the eye can receive, just blinking here and there using rapid reflexes. And before you know it, she's gone into the middle of the night. Crescent, in your terror, you are running. You were just trying to get away from this. I will allow you to ride the wave. However, you must let me know, where do you intend to flee to? Or are you just running?
Just running at this point.
You're just running.
I would normally say that she'd go to Eleanor's, but not in the state that she's in. She wouldn't want to explain any of that.
Okay, so for this entire rest of the scene, you are just running, taking alleyways, left, right, dodging through traffic, leaping over buildings. You don't know where you're going or how you're getting there. And you're going to have to be on standby for the rest of the scene. And we'll find out. I'm
actually going to go to the pier. I'm going to go to the ocean. Yeah, I'm going to go to the ocean.
All right, you're going to try and make it to the ocean. All right. So, you're not entirely sure where you're at, but we'll see if you have enough sensibilities to make it to the ocean, as you can hear the faint distant sounds of ships. And as you're dipping and diving between traffic, the bare midst of it, dodging past buses in the nick of time, rapid reflexes through dark alleyways, just trying your best to stay unseen, the overall terror and pain and shame that you're feeling just overwhelming you in this moment, and you're just trying to flee to the quiet darkness of the ocean of Pike's Place. We'll see if you make it there unnoticed at the end of the scene. But Grayson, before you have a chance to even react, she's gone. As now the woman in front of you, just wide-eyed, sees that, goes, what the hell, what the? And she begins to almost turn around and look at Crook.
I'm going to go and step in front of Crook as quick as I can.
Your kindred, she's mortal, easy enough.
And as I get in front of him, I'm going to say, tensions are a little high right now.
What you guys doing in my barn? Was that my... She tries to look past you. Where's my boss? What's going on?
He's right behind me. We had a little bit too much to drink. You got a little handsy with the showing off of your weapon over there. I get that you're upset. Everything is okay. Relax. So
you're trying to dominate her again?
Yes.
Okay. As you do this, she is immortal. She can't fight you. She just kind of sits there and nods. Right. Well, Mr. Crook, he never really used to drink before. Is that... I can't quite see. Is that him on the ground over there? Why isn't he moving?
He's a little... And I make the motion for the bottle. He hit it pretty hard.
I'll say in her currently compelled state, she doesn't really put up much of a mental fight. She goes, I got a little something in the back that might perk him up. I'm gonna go grab that.
You know what? I can help him out with that. There's no need. We're new acquaintances. I told to come meet him. Old friend of mine. Okay. Well, I should at least help him up. He doesn't normally drink. Oh, no. I got that. Trust me. You know what? I should probably tell you, though, we had a little incident with my truck down below. I was trying to do some lessons. Driving lessons didn't go so well, so that's my fault. At this point, you hear... As you see from the other side of the wall, one of the walls are beginning to bend inward. There was a loud cracking of wood. Something just broke. And she immediately looks up like, the fuck is going on? The accident, remember? We had a little bit of a driving accident. We have to get out of here. We have to go. We have to go now. Yeah, go ahead. I'll grab him. You go and you get out of here. I'll grab him. Don't worry. What about Frederick? He was downstairs taking stock. No. I got him too. Don't worry. We have another friend. He's down there. It's fine. I got this. Go head home. Right. I should probably head home. I should probably go home. This is way too dangerous for me. I'm going home. Okay. Don't worry. We'll come back and talk later. Okay. You better. You might just fucking bring down my whole fucking bar. I'm gonna go home. This is too much. Okay. This is way too much stress tonight. I'm not dealing with this shit. And she actually immediately gets scurrying out. At this point, as we go over down to Acer, you hear upstairs there is some scuffling. You heard a bang, and now this floor feels like it's almost vibrating. As you can see, part of the wall that's now being supported by the truck, all the bricks are starting to crumble and begin to give away. With your intelligence, you know this place is becoming incredibly unstable, and this man is getting worse very quickly. Oh, fuck my life. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unzip my coat, take it off, pull off the just plain black undershirt that I have, put the coat back on, and I'm going to try and staunch the bleeding. I'm going to try to kind of wrap it around him as much as possible. I'm going to pick up the guy and I'm just going to yell out, Grayson, what's the situation? Holy fuck. Sorry to break the scene, everybody. We just got a raid. Hi, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Hello.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to grab Crook and I'm going to head downstairs as quick as I can back towards Acer.
He is surprisingly dense of an individual, but you're pretty strong naturally. So you, and you can feel that just Vitae dripping down the front of your suit. Just fuck, come on. And you begin lumbering him downstairs to, as you hear another, some dust kind of settles in behind you. As this building is now starting to wobble and shake, and begin making your way down the stairs to see this man, who now you know his name is Frederick, is being propped up into the lap of Acer, and he's trying his best to staunch the massive amounts of damage along this man's torso. Acer, go ahead and make an intelligence plus medicine check to see if you're able to do anything, really.
Got it. Oh, yes. Crit, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Any messies?
I like to hear.
Wow.
No mess.
No
Oh my
messies.
gosh.
7 successes. Yeah! Okay, so this is a near impossible situation. Anybody medically trained knows that moving this man will probably kill him, whatever damage has happened to him. But you are somehow able, with very meticulous, dexterous hands, able to lay him down gently, wrap your coat around him several times, and carefully cinch it so it's snug, but it's not too tight. You read very briefly of theoretical procedures of being able to tourniquet certain very damaged areas of the body, try and give them some kind of support. It's holding for now, it's staunching the bleeding, but this man is dying fast. But for now, you may have bought him a little bit of time, and you may be able to move him, maybe. But that was a lot of successes, so I'll keep that in mind.
Okie dokie.
At this moment, as you see Grayson coming around the corner, one hefty kindred malformed Nosferatu over his shoulder. Grayson, what do you say again?
I haven't said anything yet, but once I get to the bottom of the stairs and see that, I'm going to look at Acer and say, okay, I have Crooks. There was a barkeep. She's gone. What's the plan? What can we do with him?
Okay, we got to get this car out, but unfortunately, I think it's the only thing holding up this wall. So here's the thing. That guy looks heavy as fuck. Throw him in the truck. We're going to try and counterbalance it, and we're going to try to throw this car into reverse.
When he says this, can I look? Are my back wheels of the truck still on? Like solid ground?
They are touching. Half of them is touching the rest of this brick wall, and half it's touching the pavement. It is possible, but this is going to be a tricky maneuver if you're trying to get Crooks, a very, very injured mortal man, and your truck out of here. This is going to be a very difficult challenge, and we'll do a rule of 3 successes for this if we want to attempt this.
If it's possible to keep him, yes. I'm going to start following Acer's plan. I'm going to go and try and put Crook in the back, basically in the back of my truck to try and like kind of counterbalance at least a little bit to start.
And to confirm, you bought an open back truck. You're not like an Avalanche where it has the covers. You wanted an open bed.
Open bed, yeah.
Okay, so easy enough. No issues with that. You haul him over and just hoist his body into the back. It slides against the cab at the vertical angle that you guys are at. But that's not a challenge. That's easy enough to put him back there.
Okay. I'm going to look to Acer, like, do you need help? Get him in there. I'm going to have you get in the driver's seat. You put it in reverse. I'll try and give you the best I can.
Okay, first things first. I need your help moving this guy into the back seats. We have to be very careful.
Okay. And I'm going to go over to Acer and I'm going to help try and get this man into my back seat as carefully as possible.
Okay, are you going to try and put him onto the actual seat or the floor of the truck?
Definitely has to be the seat. Your things are going to be very bloody. We'll have to clean that later.
Yes, I will. Oh,
yeah,
I can.
Can't put him on the floor.
Let's anchor him with the seatbelts.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I'm going to say for this is going to be a dexterity plus medicine roll to see who can maneuver him gently. Either you guys can make individual rolls or one person can make a roll. And since you guys are both doing this, one can add a +1 die to whoever rolls.
I think you have a better medicine.
I have a 2 medicine and a 2 dex.
I have a 2 dex and I have a 2 dex and a 2 medicine as well.
So so I would recommend maybe you guys someone help one another, and you could also rouse the blood. It's up to you.
I think we should each do it and then rouse the blood, giving us more of a chance.
Okay, so you guys want to make individual rolls?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with that then.
I'll let you know this will be a little bit harder as you guys are trying to work independently with each other, but I'll allow it.
All right.
Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna rouse.
Same here.
Success.
Okay.
Success.
All right. Neither of you get hungrier as you guys push that vitae into your body just to give you the steadiest hands possible.
Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes on my part.
Okay.
I have 3 successes, and I don't think burning a willpower is going to make it any better.
Okay. So, together, you guys on either side open both sides of the back doors and gently are able to heave this man in one side, the other catching him and slowly pulling him through. You can see blood already soaking through the material of this jacket, but it's still helping for now. You guys are able to gently lay him down, and Grayson, to your slightly positive thinking, I would say, you do hear him. You hear very shallow, ragged breaths coming from him. He's still breathing. That's at least good-ish. But he's still breathing.
Yes.
He is unconscious. He is like dead weight. And maneuvering him is very awkward. But between 3 and 4 successes, I would consider that a success. As you guys manage to slide him carefully into the seat without jostling him too hard. Even with the building kind of teetering, you can almost feel like a seesaw swaying from side to side. So all the walls' foundations are kind of crumbling and failing, as it seems that impact was pretty heavy. And who knows, that shotgun blast could have done some damage too. It was Buck, so we don't know. You lay him down and pull the seatbelt over to kind of fasten him in, and he's kind of scrunched in against the cushion of the seat. But overall success. That's the first success of this challenge. As you hear, you feel the entire foundation begin to rumble as the top layers continue to start failing piece by piece. This place seems to be very old, and that impact was very severe. All right, what are you guys doing next?
Okay, so what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to roll down the driver's side window.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to grab some of the bricks that are on the floor. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put it on the brake.
Okay.
So it's pressed down. Throw that sucker into reverse. And then I'm just going to tell Grayson, all right, we both have to push upward in order for this thing to actually go backwards. As soon as this thing starts going backwards, you got to jump through the window and press on the brakes, my dude.
Oh, all right. I mean, I can do that. I'm going to make sure the windows are down on the driver and the passenger side, just in case.
Okay, you guys will have to spend time to get in the car and turn it on. Actually, no, you never turned it off. It's still on. So, easy enough.
Yeah, music's still blaring.
It's at this point,
blasting Highway to Hell.
Pretty much.
I think the cassette's probably a few songs out now.
Yeah, no, it's got a few songs out. We're not entirely sure what
It's
this
still
cassette.
AC/DC, okay.
It's something of AC/DC.
Hell's Bells. Let's do Hell's Bells.
Hell's Bells. There we go. It is Hell's Bells. But at this point, you're not really focused on the music. It's one of those adrenaline moments where, like, there was music. What was the music? I don't know. The house was falling down. So just so I'm clear, you guys roll the windows down. You guys are going to try and time a brick hitting the gas and lifting this car at the same time, and then somehow getting into the car to keep it from going out of control with 2 very injured individuals in the back of your truck. But that's
basically, because I'm pretty sure neither. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure neither one of us can actually lift this thing on our own.
Okay, just so I'm aware of what's going on. All right, so with our second challenge, this is
actually, your car is a 4-wheel drive, isn't it?
I mean,
it
yes,
it is
the whole point.
It's a truck.
With the weight in the back, I think I should be able to use myself as a counterbalance. I need you to get in and actually control the car.
I'm not going to lie. I think you're going to need to beat the wheel while I help push this up.
Yeah, you're probably stronger than me, so I think that's a good idea.
Boy.
All right. Just I'm gonna put put pedal to the metal. Okay, so when you push up, make sure you're holding on, so I drag you with us. That way, the building doesn't fall on you.
Got it.
Okay,
Right.
so
Scratch the brick line. I'm just hopping in, and it's in reverse. I'm ready to floor that thing.
okay, so this is going to be one of the most trickiest stuck car timings in existence. Mud and truck has got nothing on this. This is going to be very difficult, but you're going to try and time throwing it into reverse the moment that Grayson's able to get to hit ground.
Basically, yes.
Okay. As you hear debris falling, roof caving in, you heard something very large just fall from upstairs. And until you can actually see the walls almost like wobbling at this point. This place is coming down.
I think it's too late. All right. Acer, get in the driver's seat. We're doing this.
All right, just remember to hold on as soon as I start backing out.
Well, the only thing I'm holding on to, or will be holding on to, is the bumper. So I'll be holding on.
Or the crash bar, up to you.
Crash. Oh yeah, the crash bar would be pretty sturdy.
A little higher off the ground, hopefully.
Little.
All right, so this is going to be a timed roll for both of you. This will be your second skill challenge of this.
Right.
Acer, I'm going to need wits plus drive to test your reaction and instincts and your ability to control this very large vehicle. And Grayson, I'm going to need strength plus athletics.
Strength.
I'm going to go ahead and rouse.
All right, you rouse.
Definitely me too.
Success.
All right.
That is a success for me.
Good rolls, good rolls. Crescent just sitting here just fucking freaking out.
Yeah, well.
No, fuck that. Willpower, please.
All right, so no willpower to re-roll whatever the hell that was.
I didn't get a single success. That's how bad it is.
Nice.
Rerolling all of that.
I will take a 5 successes, please.
5 successes.
Holy
I
crap,
will
I couldn't
take 3. So much better.
3 successes. Okay. You're both time it and heave at the same time, just as the engine blares wide. The lights flash in your face, Grayson, as you lift this car and you feel tires touch barely, and you're starting to get it just about there. It's going to take a little bit more effort as those wheels are just barely scraping against the pavement. You are going to have to full on, it's not chest level, you're going to full on press this to just get enough height for that wheel to touch ground. It's one more success away. This is going to be all on you to try and do this. As Acer is gunning it, he has timed it just right with you, and you're barely tapping. You can feel it hitting. I need one more strength plus athletic roll to see if you're able to push this just a little bit further.
Right.
As you can actually feel a massive impact on top of you, and you see bricks cracking. You actually see part of the upper wall laid on top of the hood of the actual truck, and this thing is pressing down.
You know what? Okay, I'm rousing.
Rouse again?
I don't care if I get hungry. I do not get hungry.
Oh,
yeah.
Fate is on your side, my friends.
Go Grayson!
Okay. All right. Well, still not bad. 3 successes this time.
Do you want to burn a willpower?
I will try and burn a willpower.
Because this is a very, very difficult challenge, as this is do or die.
Come on,
Get them
Grayson.
crits.
Come on, Grayson. Come on.
Only got 4.
4?
I only got 4.
So 4 is not enough.
No.
Oh, no.
But the difficulty was 5.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
you could choose to either fail and risk the consequences, or I can let you win at a cost.
We don't have time. What's the cost?
This building's going to come down, and you're not going to be able to go with that truck. If you're going to get that truck out now, that truck's going and you're staying. And I will remind you, one of your convictions, you always save yourself first. So, to try and do this, you're going to have to risk a terror frenzy. You can choose. You have enough time with those successes to try and probably get out.
It would break my conviction.
What are you doing, Grayson? You can choose to win at a cost, but you'll have to resist a terror frenzy to do it, as it does break your conviction. If you succeed on that terror frenzy, that truck will get out. And I can assure you, based on the way you're seeing this very slow-mo panoramic of Acer just trying his best to keep this thing steady, he's probably going to have a good chance of keep getting everybody out if you can get this car out. But you're not going to have time to get out. And it's going to hurt.
And this might kill me.
It could. It very well could. What do you want to do, Grayson? Remember, your convictions aren't law, but because of the conviction, you have to try and resist a terror frenzy. As you know, this is against one of your strongest fears.
This is going to be his exact fear now happening again.
Yep.
Because I mean, one of my things though is everyone deserves a second chance.
Are you gonna try and resist terror?
I'm gonna try and resist the terror.
All right. You feel that red rock check begin to well up inside you. You feel yourself shaking as you feel like a cornered animal back to the wall. You know this building's coming down, and the dictator screams, "Run! They're useless anyway. They put you here. They put you here, Grayson. You need to live. You're more important. Don't waste yourself for something so pathetic." Go ahead and roll your unspent willpower as well as your humanity, 1/3 of it, rounded down.
Let me see, my willpower. Oh, shoot. Willpower got wiped for some reason. How many did I use today? I think 2?
I remember 2.
You only used 2. Yeah.
Okay, so willpower, right?
Yeah, and willpower and 1/3 of your humanity rounded down. That's 7 dice.
Nice.
That's a pretty good margin.
5 successes with the critical.
That is enough. As the difficulty of this was 4. So this is what happens. As our scene pulls to Grayson in this almost slow motion type moment, Acer, your hand on the wheel looking back towards you, you feel the wheels touch down. Grayson, in this moment, as you feel this building rumbling on top of you, you feel it just barely skidding. You need a little bit more. And what do you say to that dictator just pushing you to abandon everyone? What do you say to push that down and risk yourself for your friends?
What is the king without its subjects?
And
I'm going to pick it up and...
Your insides go quiet as you just dip down, and with every supernatural ounce of strength you have, you push up you feel the wheels touch ground, and that car screeches out of the wall. Acer, you turn around just in time as you feel the truck hit, and you begin backing up. You look in the rearview mirror, see where you're going. You roll high enough to dodge anything problematic as you see a bus about to fucking slam into you. But your eyes lock down as Grayson, as the truck pulls away, and you see his face. What is the last face he sees of you as he pulls away from you? And you see Acer's eyes meet you.
He's just going to reach a hand up to his head and
that last flourish is the last thing you see as the truck pulls away out of your control almost, and the entire building immediately just snuffing out the last visage of Grayson. Dust and debris kick up, wood and splinters fall down on top of you, Grayson. And we'll touch on see what happens to you at the end of the scene as you are buried in rubble. Acer, you pull the truck back as the bus veers off and slams into a fire hydrant to avoid hitting you. But you're able to get yourself back into control as you see the entire Steel Horse Lounge come straight down on top of Grayson, completely snuffing him out. Crescent is nowhere to be seen. You are in a truck that is heavily fucked up with a torpid vampire in your trunk and a very injured mortal in your back seat. What are you doing right now?
Oh, fuck. I'm going to pull, well, first off, I'm going to pull forward so, no other oncoming cars will fucking...
Easy enough. You pull yourself off onto the sidewalk to avoid any further accidents.
And I'm just going to hop out of the car, and I'm going to like run over to the collapsed building. Grayson! And I'm just gonna go in and I'm just gonna start digging, and just brick by brick, just throwing it over my shoulder.
You just start throwing bricks over your shoulder as fast as you can, as you're just rapidly trying to find whatever remains of your friend in this just feet and feet of rubble, the panic surging inside you. You just hear a whole commotion behind you as people are now exiting the bus that just wiped out next to you. You hear associate look over your shoulder. The fuck happened here, man? What the hell is going on? A scene is now starting to develop.
Shit. Crescent!
You hear, hey, I think there's a guy in there. Someone call paramedics. Someone call 911. I remind you, Acer. Grayson may be buried under here, but you have a torpid vampire in the back of this truck, as well as somebody mortally injured and dying. The EMTs are probably going to be on their way shortly, as sounds like somebody has noticed something. But there's the problem that there is a kindred, a Nosferatu kindred, in the back of your truck. An open bedded truck for everyone to see. This is a potential masquerade breach in the making.
Oh, God. I'm going to yell out. I'm going to pull out my phone and I'm going to yell out, help! Help! My friend's under there. We got to dig him out. The ambulance won't get in time. Everyone, I need everyone's help. Oh, call 911. Just please, I need help. And I'm going to try to get everyone to focus on the road.
So you are a thin blood. You do not have awe. You do not have disciplines to try and sway a crowd supernaturally. This is going to be just raw skills for you, my friend. And I will warn you, you are not the most socially adept individual.
No, I am not. In fact, my socialness is crap.
So this is going to be manipulation plus persuasion.
There's no way I can do this.
If you don't feel like you can do this, you can do something else. Right now, in this panic state, Grayson may have just given his life to give you a chance. You don't see Crescent anywhere. You are alone right now, and there is a potential masquerade breach just seconds from happening. You don't know what to do exactly, but these are the situations at hand. You probably have a very slim chance of persuading your crowd to do anything, especially in a panic state.
Yeah, there's no way I can do this. I only have one die. And if I crit, it'll be a messy crit, so there's no way.
I would say, as your storyteller, it is very unlikely that you'll be able to succeed this, even with arouse.
Okay. I'm still going to yell that out. But at the same time, I'm just going to go to the truck.
And what do you do when you get there? People are now starting to kind of gather around a little bit, seeing the commotion. Someone's pulling out phones. People are starting to get towards the back of the trunk to kind of see what's going on in there. You're like, I think someone's burned.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the back. I'm just going to tear off the license plate. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to get in the car and I'm just going to go.
Easy enough. Do you keep it with you or do you toss it off?
No, I keep it with.
Tucking on your shoulder, you just jump into the driver's seat and gun it as you see people go, hey man, what the fuck? And people are immediately being snuffed out by the loud sound of your V8 engine as you tear out into the street. The front end of your truck is a little smashed in, but lucky that crash bar was a very good investment as the truck is functioning. And you begin just peeling out into the street, leaving skid marks behind as people are snapping photos. You can see someone maybe taking some kind of live stream. Someone's on their phone. The bus driver is surveying the damage of the people. A few people are already on top of the rubble trying to figure out what's going on as you did shout something. Whether it was clear or not, you don't know. But all you know is you just tear out of there. Go ahead and make a dexterity plus drive for me to make sure you keep yourself in this panic state on track on the street and not hit somebody head on at this point.
All right. Dex plus drive. I'm aroused.
Go for it.
That's failure, so I get hungrier.
You hear the bars of your beast rattle inside like, you fucking failure, just let me out, I'll handle this! No one can report this if there's no one breathing.
I don't need you.
Yeah! As you continues to rattle against that cage inside, but unable to break your will.
And that's going to be 3 success.
3 successes. That will be enough. As you skid out, you tail spin a little bit, but you manage to cut off his Chevy as he flips you off. Surprisingly enough, it's that old woman again. As she again, for the 3rd time, manages to flip you off. As this time, you cut her off, speeding down the main street of Seattle at a very, very high rate. As she has to slam at her brakes, almost slamming inches from T-boning you off the side. But she flips you off as you drive on by. The VA just blaring out any obscenities that she probably was shouting at you. Where are you going?
I'm going to grab my phone and kind of put it like right next to me and just be like, Ikaros, I need you to access the nearest hospital as quick as humanly possible. Go.
Hi! And within moments, you see she pulls reaches into like a little tiny like chibi bag and pulls out a map and places it on the side of your phone as you immediately see maps directing you to Seattle St. Memorial.
Oh, fuck. How far is it and what time is it?
It is currently 3:30 in the morning and it's maybe about a 5-minute drive. It's not too far away.
Okay. I'm going to calm down, slow down so I don't get pulled over by any cops.
Okay.
And I'm going to head over to the hospital to drop off our wounded friend.
All right. Easy enough. It's not too hard. As you do slow down, I will make a note of that as every second counts for the mortal man in your back seat who is severely injured.
Did I hear the collapse at all?
The collapse, at this point, you'd be... You know what? The farther you get, the terror starts to abate. I will allow a Wits plus Perception roll to see if you were able to even hear it past the roaring...
Awareness?
Yeah, Wits plus Awareness. To see if you're able to even hear it past the roaring adrenaline of fear that you're trying to overcome right now. Man, Frenzy's a bitch, guys. It's fun.
Yeah!
Come at a more unopportune time.
You know what, Grayson?
Sucks.
Welcome to being a vampire, guys. Super infinite power. Really fucking emotional.
Not really all that infinite. Couldn't lift a car.
Well, I mean, that's...
Seen more shit in anime.
To be fair, strength is not your strong suit. All the Vitae went to your brain.
Yeah, fair.
Bites into your brain.
I mean,
I'm all intelligence, no muscle.
3 successes.
3 successes. I'll say, just as you're dodging and weaving, you're able to make it just up to the edge of Pike Place where you can hear the water. And as soon as that sound hits you, you hear the ferries off in the distance making their final runs for the night. You start to come down just as you very faintly, way in the distance hear just the very faintest sounds of a rumbling of some kind. Then the sound of a... And then shortly after, the sound of a very loud engine peeling out. Very faint in the distance. You're not entirely sure, but it is where you came from.
I'm gonna head to the church.
You're gonna go to the church?
Yes.
A gaping wound in your stomach from that buckshot. 2 buckshots blasted straight into you. You pull your coat over. You start to make your way back to the church. You covered some...
I'm hiding my arm, too. The one that's covered in gore. I'm just going to hide it under my... Just kind of doing 2 birds in 1 stone, covering my chest.
Wash it off in the water.
Well, the pier is way down there.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Seeing the ocean, you sigh and turn. I will have you know, you have a hole in your stomach. And you are covered in gore. And luckily, it is very late at night. Even this late, there's probably not that many people. But there still are people. Are you going to try and move quick, or are you going to try and be stealthy so no one will see you?
I'm going to use probably Shadow Cloak to get stealth.
Okay, it will take you a bit more time, but not as much as any other kindred. I'll say you can move a little bit faster, so I'll say it even between the two. So go ahead and make a stealth check. Be dexterity plus stealth. And then you can add your +2 bonus from your Shadow Cloak.
That's still a lot of dice.
You can't see it, guys, but I'm shaking right now.
You're not the only one.
Well, despite the way people think, I actually love to see you guys succeed. So this is pretty heavy.
This is very heavy. Dude, that's a lot of dice. And there's 2 crits, so that'd be
A pair of crits or 2 pair of crits?
2 black dice crits.
Okay, so a pair of crits.
A pair of crits, yes. That. So 4, 5, 6, 8.
8 total?
Yeah.
You are a
8
ghost in the night. The wayward homeless man, the occasional beat cop. Surprisingly, you're moving so good, it's John Stone! As he's patrolling up and down this area of Seattle tonight.
God damn it, John.
You slip by him unnoticed, and it does take you some time. But you do eventually make it to the church unnoticed. The surrounding lights of the church are black. No street lights. Nothing to illuminate the parking lot, which is empty at this time of night. But you do see the faint candlelight of Eleanor's cathedral flickering within.
Going to make my way inside.
And as you pull open the heavy doors with a painful grunt and slip yourself inside, we're going to fade back over to our lovely Acer. As within record time, you manage to make it to Seattle Memorial Hospital. As you see the parking lot pull in the front, where are you going? Are you trying to park, or are you going to try and go to the front entrance?
Nope, I'm going straight to the front entrance. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to open the passenger side. I'm going to be like, hey,
the blood is pulling
emergency 911. I got a body over here.
The doors are closed, but you do see some of the front entrance. It kind of like peeks their head up a little bit. Sees as you are you trying to get the body out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like very carefully trying to get him out, and I'm like yelling, "Hey, help!"
Okay. As you are trying to get him out, your hands are just coated in blood. This man is extremely pale. He is no longer breathing. But you don't really have time to really dwell on, is he alive? Is he not alive? He could be passed out. You don't know. The fact that he's even made it this far is astounding. But you managed to pull him out. The blood soaking quickly into your remaining clothing that you're wearing. What is your hunger at?
2.
Okay. So, it is tempting. You feel your gums itch, but you're not quite hungry enough to lose control now. You're okay, but you have to breathe very consciously, if you could breathe. But you begin carrying him in your arms as best as you can, your muscles straining just to hold his body weight, as it's a heavy just sack of dead weight, as this man is just eyes rolled back and pale. You've been carrying him through, and within seconds, it is chaos around you. You see 3 or 4 nurses shouting orders back and forth as a gurney is wheeled up in front. Immediately, a doctor comes out to press the situation, and within minutes, the body is taken from you, and in the blur of everything going on, he is whisked away into the hospital as 3 or 4 chargers that are on top of him. One, you can see clambers on top of the gurney, immediately start doing chest compressions to perform CPR to try and save his life as they wheel him into the hospital. People shouting different numbered codes, trying to figure out what to do in this very dramatic situation. After a second, you're just of this stunned, what feels like an eternity, but was really probably about a minute. One of the nurses, a bit of blood kind of smearing across her white uniform, was like, Sir, hey, pay attention, snap to it. Look at me.
Right.
What's your name? What happened?
There was an accident, and there's a collapsed building. There's someone underneath the building. I really need help. I need someone to get over there.
What building? Where is it?
And with that, I'm going to tell them the address that I presume I remember from the dossiers back.
I'll say for this, go ahead and make an intelligence plus. Just roll intelligence dice for this to see if in this moment you're able to recall information at this stage, because this is not your strong suit. Stress is not your thing.
3 successes.
That's good enough. You're able to, very shakily, and it takes you a second, but you're able to relay the information of the steel lounge to the nurse. Who's like, okay, sweetheart, we're going to get this taken care of. I need you to come inside and fill out some things. We'll ask you some questions. I'll call the police to try and get out there. But come with me.
Right. Okay, hold up. I'll go. I need to park the truck. I'll be inside in a second.
Okay, great. And she does turn to head on inside. As you can see, she's already pulling out a small cell phone from her pocket.
Okay, I close the door, I get in the car, and I drive the fuck away.
All right. With this mortal in tow, I'm going to say for this, Acer, you risked a lot.
Beautiful.
to get this mortal out of that building. You risked a potential masquerade breach to get that mortal to safety. You don't know who he is. You don't even have a name. In normal circumstances, I would have had to have punished you with a stain because it was your actions that inevitably caused this man to receive the fate he may or may not get in the coming day. However, you and Grayson both risked hide and limb to get him out. And for that, I award you back a point of humanity.
Yeah.
Nice.
As it went against every ounce of survival that you had to try to not only reprimand your mistake, and the glitch here is that you were not aware of where the man was, so this was more of an accidental situation, but you pulled every stop you could to try and fix it. Beyond this point, whether he lives or dies, you've done all you can, but you risked almost everything, more than everything, to try and save a mortal man that you don't know. You may have a point of humanity.
Yay. I'm back to 8. I'm so happy.
Now, as you feel that warmth beat inside you, and you get back on the main road, that's when the shit hits the fan for you. You have a torpid vampire in the back of your truck. Where the hell are you going to go right now?
Well, first things first. Ikaros, I need a place that sells covers. Thick covers. Closest one.
Oh, they're all closed.
That's okay. Closest one.
You'll be there in 25 minutes, as long as traffic is good.
Oh, fuck no. Anything closer.
Go, man.
Okay. What do I see that's around me as I'm driving?
Go ahead and make a wits plus awareness roll.
Okay. Wits plus awareness. I actually have some good awareness, thank goodness. 3 success.
3 successes. From here, as you get onto the main thoroughfare of Seattle, which is basically a bunch of highways with city existing within it. But as you're driving around the main thoroughfare highways of Seattle, there are some abandoned buildings that maybe have debris of some kind. There are some construction sites that seem to be lit and actively being working on, even at this time of night, probably for the early morning shifts. It is probably getting close to almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I will say this as a warning. The sun's going to be up soon. You could probably make it back to the clinic, and you do have a cell, a secure facility to hold somebody if you had to. But any more driving around, you may not make it back before the sun. And for you, that's not necessarily the end of the world. It's bad, very bad, but being a thin blood has its perks. However, your cargo in the back would evaporate.
All right, I know what I'm going to do. Ikaros, I need the absolute quickest route from here to the clinic.
Hi, routing to Grayson's clinic. Be there in 45 minutes.
Okay. I need you to keep a scan out. Any speed traps? Any parked cops? I need to know within a 5-mile radius, please. Just ping every 3 minutes.
Okay, this will be an intelligence plus technology roll to see if your program that you designed is smart enough to do this.
Alrighty.
Go Ikaros.
Just for everybody who's watching, our friend Acer here is basically a kindred hacker. If you guys are a fan of anime, he has
Lost Property.
He has a Heaven's Lost Property avatar that basically is the visual face of his programs. 5 success. Luckily, your programming is solid, at least for today. And it does add about maybe 5 or 6 minutes of runtime for you to have to play dodge around potential police calls, which you find not too bad after you get out of the city, because it's very quickly becomes apparent that there are many phone calls about a potential spontaneous collapse or some kind of accident that has happened at the Steel Horse Lounge, as it seems there are many police officers there now on their way to the scene.
So for now, I'm just back to the clinic. I'm going to the clinic as carefully as possible, with 5 over the speed limit.
Okay.
I know that's acceptable in most places. So
okay, it takes you a little bit of time, even speeding a little bit here and there. Unfortunately, Seattle never sleeps, so there is still a little bit of traffic, but you are able to make it about 55-ish minutes later as the sky is just starting to turn the lighter shades of night. The sun will be up soon, but it's not quite sunrise. You have beaten the sun as you manage to pull in behind the clinic. And as you pull in, we're going to go ahead and hop back over to Crescent. Crescent, as you make your way into this church, into the cathedral, you feel the little bits of vitae just pooling in your hands. Luckily, being undead, this would have been a wound strong enough to kill any mortal. Point blank,
Can I do a bit of mending right now on that?
Go ahead and rouse the blood. I believe your potency, you have increased mending, correct?
I believe so by 2 points.
I believe so, yeah. So you rouse the blood and you will that vitae to quickly begin healing that open wound, and it does begin to close it. It's now the size of maybe a dodgeball to now maybe the size of a softball.
Remind me how I do this again. So mending, what do I roll for
So
it?
Mending just happens, but you rouse the blood to do so.
Gotcha, so I just have to rouse check. That's a failure.
That wild orchid begins to bloom ever further. What hunger are you at?
3 now.
Hunger 3, okay. But you will that wound to close, and you feel that bestial flower begin to grow as it feeds upon you, that oblivion drawing from the very essence that is you, Crescent, to sustain yourself. You're going to need to eat soon. But you heal 2 superficial damage as that wound begins to cinch itself close. It's going to need some more help, but it's on the process.
Cool.
But anyway, as you force yourself to mend and you carry yourself slightly limping into your cathedral, you do immediately hear the begrudging masculine tone. Oh, well. Look who the shadows dragged in. I thought you were going to spend your slumber party out with your coterie, sister. As
Look,
you hear Enzo,
I really don't need this right now.
Well, I'm sorry, but you're the one being rude coming at this late of hour when our wonderful sire was about to take her evening's rest. What do you need? And you look like shit, by the way. What the hell happened to you?
Just needed a place to bed down for the night.
You see Enzo up in the balcony, and you blink and he's gone, as he's now right behind you. And he goes, really? You want to come home, little sister?
It's just for one night. Get your boxers in a twist.
Well, I see you're as polite as ever, sister. Fair enough. This is still your home. Your attic is still safe, but I will warn you, it is a bit empty.
Yeah, I got that much.
I will let you know I will be telling Eleanor about this.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to tell me what happened, or should I just fancify a wonderful story about why you suddenly came home?
Knowing you and your elaborate stories, I would rather not have that.
So, why don't you go ahead and just tell me what happened, little sister?
Just a little run-in with a Nosferatu that wasn't exactly pleasant.
So is that what all those sirens are about? That sounds messy.
Yeah, it is messy.
He leans over as you're like covering your wounds, like, apparently very messy.
All right. Personal space.
You look back and he's gone as he's now have shadow stepped across the way.
Do you really want to push me tonight? Really?
I don't know. I think I probably would in your current state. I don't think you really have a lot of moral high ground here, sister, but relax. I'm not here to pick a fight. I'm actually in a great mood. I just had dinner. It is late, and I am personally a little tired. So if you want to go up to bed, feel free. But I am telling Eleanor about this, and I am making it very clear that you didn't come back with any of your friends. She'll be very interested to hear that.
Great. So be it.
Good night, sister. With that, he just turns and he silently, his footsteps not making a single sound on the hardened marble floors, turns through one of the many hallways and leaves.
And I will continue up to my haven.
All right, you go to your attic. So,
since it's an attic, can I see anything from the view up there?
you go to your attic, Crescent, and it's conflicting. Your bond with Eleonora, as severe as it is, immediately grants you this sense of peace and home and comfort. But there's a confliction. Because as soon as you make it to the attic, this doesn't feel like your room anymore. What used to be decorated with small bits of art, references to your bygone era as a mortal, your harp, your clothes, everything that really still held traces of your personality, they're all gone. They're not here anymore. It's just a bed. A bed with a dusk sack that you're able to hide yourself in to avoid the dawn light. It's almost a saddening feeling. It's hard for you to place it because the moment it starts bubbling up, it's like something just washes over you and instantly you're okay with it again. This is your home, no matter what. And after tonight, probably deserve this. But as you look out at the window, the sky is starting to change into that lighter hue. Go ahead and make a Whisper's perception.
You mean awareness?
Yes, thank you.
D&D.
I know, D&D is still on the brain. So much knowledge in my brain.
Perception check.
I'm going to explode, guys.
God.
I was so nervous. I drank all this water in like 5 minutes. Like, my God.
Water's good for you.
I know it's good for me, but like, dang, the nerves, the anxiety. And I know, Grayson, you're sitting here like forever. Like, what's happened to me? Am I dead? What's going on?
Oh, don't worry, Grayson. Don't worry, Grayson. I did not abandon you. I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay, well,
I thought you were about to say, I know exactly where you are. I'm like, yeah, about, 15 feet under concrete, wood, and rebar?
You're probably close to that. This is a healthy estimate. A couple of 1,000 tons, or at least a ton of material. Yeah, you're in a rough spot, buddy, but we'll get to you in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But Crescent, what was your roll?
2 successes.
How many?
2.
2? Let's want to burn willpower.
Oh, yeah, I can still do that because I think I still have 2 more left. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have 3 more left. Yeah, definitely going to do that.
Okay.
So that was is a lot better. Okay, so that's 4 successes.
4 successes in total.
Yes.
You are not too far away, and ironically enough, the position of the attic, the window actually overlooks towards the direction of what used to be the Steel Lounge. You can't really see the building anymore, and from this perspective, you realize, so that was the building with neon lights that would bug you every night. Now that it's gone, you can faintly see some of the rubble and a whole lot of flashing lights. There's a lot of commotion around that area, but at least you can kind of see the bay from your view now.
Oh, great.
As you literally brought the house down.
All right, well, if I go over there now, it's going to be me in front of a bunch of cops, and that's just...
And you are starting to feel the call of the dawn as your body begins to stiffen here and there. You don't have a lot of time before the sun's going to come up, unfortunately. You guys, in your maneuvers to try and avoid Bruja territory, as well as the several complications you guys had to deal with up until now, used up a lot of time. It was enough, thanks to Grayson's original driving, that shaved off enough time where you guys would have been able to make it back to the treatment facility. But it's very close, and it took you a while just to get back here on foot. So, unfortunately, Crescent, unless you want to risk the dawn, there's not much you can do. You can't really do much on your own.
I will bed down for the night, begrudgingly.
The fear and sorrow in your heart, the small satisfaction you have of torturing that very arrogant Nosferatu. How dare he request a feed off you as a payment? It almost is enough to make your undead blood boil. But at the same time, the satisfaction is tainted. You left a friend behind today. You breached the masquerade. A mortal saw you. Luckily, Grayson was able to mend that problem, so no stain there. However, you lost control of yourself, and you went against everything you were trained to do. You succeeded, but at a cost. How many unmarked empty boxes of humanity do you have left?
Completely unmarked?
Yes, so not
3.
human. You have 3 unmarked ones?
Yeah, completely unmarked.
Go ahead and roll 3 humanity die to see if you're able to maintain a semblance of humanity.
It's black die, right?
Black die.
Or is that
So,
Just black.
so wait, does she not gain that second stain because
No, she got 2.
Grace fixed it?
She still got 2 because she still succumbed to her beast and she did a messy kill.
Got it. Okay.
3?
You got 3 successes?
Yeah, I got all success.
Well, luckily with a humanity check, you only need 1. So, as you bed yourself down, you can feel the vitae slip from your eyes as undead tears, as you zip yourself up in your dusk bag, and you feel regret. You feel grief. You're anxious. If you were mortal, you would not be able to sleep. Your friend is buried under rubble. Your mind races with 1,000 things you could have possibly done better in this situation, even as you're forced into the undeath once again. As you're forced into oblivion, you just think, I have to be better than this. Grayson deserves it. My coterie deserves it. I fucked up, and I have to be better. I can't let this happen again. There's a certain catharticism in failure. It reminds you of what being human was like. That no matter how bad today was, at least you had tomorrow to fix it. And as long as there was a tomorrow, you could always fix it. And as low as you feel now, luckily being kindred, that is tenfold, because you have forever to fix this. So tomorrow night, you're going to fix this, and you manage to preserve your humanity for tonight. Now, Grayson, this is where we turn to you, my friend.
Great.
But
I think it's broken in about 3 places, and that's just the thumb.
Oh, Grayson, please. Don't die.
It all happened fast. Bright headlights of your truck pulling away as you salute off to Acer. The shock and confusion in his face were only but a second before you were just concaved with dust and stone and wood. You feel your bones cracking. You don't even have the ability to try and resist the amount of force that just came down on top of you. Every bone in your body is broken. If you could breathe, you would not be. You could feel your undead lungs punctured and many places of your body bent, twisted, contorted, and damaged. And you feel a piece of wood jam you straight to the heart. You have suffered enough aggravated damage that you have no health points remaining. And you are torpid. However, luckily, vampires, when they have no more health left to give, their bodies don't immediately die. Even through the heart, you are torpid. Luckily, your head remains intact to your body by some miracle of fate. And as you are painfully aware of every sensation, as you are still conscious, painfully so, painfully aware of every ounce of your body, broken, pierced, twisted, and sundered, and you're pulled into that never-ending, paralyzing wakeness of being torpid. You sacrificed yourself for your friends, and you know the dawn is coming. Whether or not this rebel will protect you from it, it remains to be seen, but that might be the only upside here. There might be a chance for you to survive if someone can help you. But for now, you are torpid. You cannot move. You cannot breathe. You cannot even do anything to save yourself. But you gave everything. You broke against a conviction. You saved your friend. You saved a mortal. And you accomplished your goal of getting Crook out of here. And you also prevented an additional casualty of another mortal within the bar to potentially have suffered death. I will restore to you a point of humanity for giving everything you have to protect your friends as well as mortals that you will never know who they are. But you restore a point of humanity. And as you lay there in agony, what are your thoughts? They fade from your scene for now.
I think about how this was like all those years ago when I was pinned under the tree, hopeless, legs almost destroyed. I didn't think I could feel more helpless, but I feel helpless now. But there's almost a tiny bit of hope that I may have given up my second chance, but I was able to give others, quite a few people, their second chance. And I hope that's enough to give me maybe that bit of luck or arcane spark to keep me going, so that I can keep giving those second chances.
And with those final thoughts, as you lay there in torpid agony, unsure of how long you're going to be here, will fade away to Acer. As the dawn is coming, and you have in tow a torpid Nosferatu, and you are alone as you pull into the back parking structure of the underground parking lot of the treatment facility. What do you do?
So, as a kind of like a prerequisite, like kind of like 5 or 10 minutes before I get to the place, can I go ahead and call up, what's her name, the head nurse?
Yeah, that's Danica.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to call up Danica like 10 minutes before I get there.
You pull up your phone as you're driving. After 2 minutes, like, oh, Ace, what's up? How's it going?
I need you to listen and listen closely. We have an emergency. Grab the thickest blankets, about 2 or 3 of them. Meet me out back. I got a torpid body in the back. And also, I need a different car.
Okay, blankets, got it. What's torpor?
Yeah, she doesn't know about. I tried to keep them. I didn't tell them very much about this sort of stuff, kind of distancing them.
But wait, she does know that you are a.
Oh yes, no, she knows.
Oh, okay.
She knows he's kindred. Okay. He doesn't know the details.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna be like, right. Sorry. We got a very asleep so long as the piece of wood stays in his heart vampire in the truck.
There's a long pause.
Just.
Okay, I'm going to ask less questions. Heavy blankets, garage, ETA.
About 10 minutes out. I need a different car, by the way.
I'll let you borrow mine.
Excellent. Does she know about the holding facility?
You guys did let everybody know that you have holding cells for extremely unruly and unstable individuals. So yeah, she'd be aware of a holding cell, the padded rooms.
I need you and someone else you trust to carry a body down into a holding cell, lock it, and do not open it. Whatever is in the body, do not take it out. Just throw it in the holding cell and lock it.
I'm pretty sure this is several levels of illegal, right? I know you understand this when you say this to me, right?
Yeah, except...
Okay, you know what? No, put Grayson on the phone. I need to talk to him.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem. Grayson's not here.
Excuse me!
Yeah, that's why I need the car. Also, can you have Medico meet me out back, please?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god, excuse my language. No, fuck it! Fuck! Jackson! Jackson! Get the blankets! 10 minutes. Garage. Right. And she hangs up.
We got to work on your delivery.
I hate this night. I am not a
this, I'm sorry, out of everybody, she probably just had the worst of it.
Oh, God. With that, yeah, I'll just wait till I actually get to that.
Thrown into this shit.
As you pull into the underground parking lot of the treatment clinic, there is Danica, very frazzled looking, with Medico and Jackson. They're all carrying maybe about 5 or 6 blankets each. They're very big, heavy, like slightly flame retardant ones that are super cushy. You can't really tear through. The safety ones, yeah, plenty of those.
I'm gonna almost screech to a stop and quickly get out of the car and be like, 2 blankets on him, don't let him fry in the sun. 1 blanket with me, thank you. Medico, you said you can track, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can. Why? What happened?
Cool. I have no fucking clue where Crescent is. I need you to track her and text me where she is. I gotta go get Grayson.
That doesn't quite work like that. I would need her blood.
Damn it.
I can call her.
All right, see if that works. And I'm going to grab the blanket and shove it into Danica's car. Be like, Danica, I need your keys.
She just fucking hucks them at you hard. She points you over to a really shitty little pre-owned Honda Civic.
What happened to her raise?
She's a frugal woman.
Okay, fair enough.
She's not like Crescent here. I'm going to spend all my brand new pretty money on a brand new fucking custom Harley. She probably paying off her house right now or something. Maybe she's on a vacation. You don't know what she does with her money.
You're okay, I get it. You're all right. She's more solvent with her cash. Totally understandable.
She's immortal.
My Tremere came out a little bit there.
Your poshness was showing, man.
My poshness was showing. Excuse me.
But anyway, you get into your respectively now borrowed, pre-used Honda Civic. And
actually... Scratch that. I don't get in just yet. I just kind of throw in the cover, and before I get in, I just kind of look at myself and go, fuck. And then I just close the door, and I'm like, I need to go get different clothes.
Danica's now just looking at it with disbelief as she now has looked over the back of the truck. Her face is just whiter than normal. You're like, the fuck you talking about different clothes? There's a body back here.
Yeah, like I said, don't pull out the piece of wood. Keep it there. Trust me, the dude's psychotic.
Okay, Acer, you do realize this is a treatment facility filled with this is going to sound very un-PC, but crackheads! We have a building full of crackheads! And you just want me to haul up a body with wood sticking out of the chest into a building filled with crackheads!
Danica, that's what those 2 covers are for.
You see a little bit of like a blood vessel in her eyelight just start to go red. And she's like, oh my God.
Look, I would love to go back and forth with you, but if I don't hurry, Grayson's going to be out in the sun and you're never going to see him again. Because I don't know if you know this, but unlike everyone else, I can withstand the sun a little bit. Grayson? Yeah. Done.
As soon as you do that gesture, you just see kind of something snap within her for a moment. And she looks over Jackson, who is actually wearing his very thick, like, Letterman security coat jacket. And she goes, give him your coat. Why? Shut the fuck up and give him your coat! Jackson, just for the first time you probably ever see him, actually is showing obvious fear of this situation. He goes, okay, just chill out, little lady. Just chill out. Don't fucking tell me what to do right now, man. Just give him a coat. Give him your fucking coat. And an extra blanket. Actually, just give him several extra blankets. We brought lots. It's like, okay, just breathe. Don't fucking tell me to just do it! Okay. He takes off the Letterman jacket, gives you the coat, and about 3 other very heavy-duty blankets. And they're maybe about 12 foot by 12 foot each.
Thank you. And I'm going to shovel the blankets in the back, put on the coat. I'm going to go into the back, grab my backpack, throw it in the back car, but I'm also going to grab the sunscreen and just start lathering it on myself. Question.
Yes.
Does Jackson have sunglasses on him?
He actually does. It's in the letterman of his jacket. It's in the pocket, front pocket. They're the very big, like Terminator glasses.
I imagine Jackson probably looks like Cobra Bubbles, and he just has like the sunglasses on.
Well, he probably could envision that. He tries, but he's got big old Terminator glasses too. He thinks it makes him look cool.
Oh, yes.
That's legitimately why I was going to just
Jackson, we love you.
I'm just going to throw on the coat. I'm just going to start lathering myself in sunscreen. I'm going to look at Jackson and be like, sorry, my boy, take his glasses, put them on, get in the car.
Now on the he's going to get sun. They're oily now, and he just peel out.
Yeah, I just peel out.
So, this is going to be a tight squeeze for you, Acer. The dawn is coming. You're not quite at the forced sleep yet, but you do realize that you at some point are going to be forced to sleep, and when the dawn comes, you are going to have to try and resist sleeping while driving.
Correct.
You're taking a huge fucking risk.
Have Danica drive.
Grayson was taking a huge risk when he was on me. So, yeah, I got to do the same. Plus, I'm kind of counting on Mariko to tell me where Crescent is because I'm going to need to find her too because I have no fucking clue where she is. You know what? Just for a more hilarious moment, I'm going to have Acer call Mariko. I'm going to call Mariko. I'm going to call on the phone while I'm driving.
All right,
down.
well, as you're on your way back, you call Mariko, and she just picks up like, Acer, what's up?
Okay. Didn't have a lot of time to ask questions. First off, sorry, never got rid of your number. Kind of needed it. Important. Secondly,
that's not what we should be talking about right now. What the fuck do you want?
Yeah, how are you going to get in contact with Crescent?
I tried. Shut up! I tried. Her phone isn't ringing. I can't get a hold of her. I don't know where she is offhand. Maybe she's at the church. I know she told me she used to hang out at some church a lot, but I don't know where she's at. I don't have her blood. I can't use magic on that. I don't know where she is.
Damn it. Does it have to be blood? Can it be something personal?
It has to be blood.
Fuck. Okay.
I don't know what kind of bippity boppity shit you think I could do here, but there's a process of this shit, man.
Look, I don't know this stuff. Everything I know comes from manga and anime. You think I'm a genius about this shit?
We're not in an anime, you fucknut! I'm from Japan!
I don't know how this stuff works.
Do you think I do? 2 years ago, I didn't know I was a witch!
I thought witches kind of knew this shit.
What do you need me to do? I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm here, man. What the hell is going on? Why can't I get a hold of Crescent? Why are you back alone? Why is Danica having a panic attack dragging a body up the stairs? What is going on?
Okay. Look, I got about 45 minutes to explain this, so I'm gonna try to do this as quickly and as detailed as possible. Here we go. First off, Prince Bitch decided to give us a mission that was pretty much nigh impossible for 3 people. But hey, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do it anyways, right? So we're just going down this list of people that we have to meet. I had to give over so much money to this half-blood fly prick. God damn, that pissed me off. Not the point. After that was resolved, we pretty much had 2 other issues. One was going into fucking Bruja territory. By the way, witch in Spanish. Nice. Yeah, turns out, couldn't fucking go there because I guess our little Crescent has an issue with them. More like they have an issue with her, trying to kill her, whatever. I don't know the details on that. Something about devils. Anyways, decided to avoid that altogether and go meet this third person that was apparently problematic. Surprise! Psychopath wants to see the entire place burn. So, after some very, very unsuccessful back and forth between Grayson and, surprise, Nosferatu, whatever the fuck that means, is some oldie from a TV, not the point. We got into a fight. I kind of rammed Grayson's car into the building. The building collapsed. Grayson's underneath it. Freaking Crescent disappeared, but only, I guess, after taking out the Nosferatu. I don't know if it was him or Grayson. Grayson kind of just came down with the body, brought the body back. Now I'm trying to find them before they turn to dust.
There's a very, very, very long pause. You can hear some loud footfalls. You hear faintly, Danica, I'm going out! Don't kill Jackson while I'm gone! As you can hear the sound of a door opening, keys jangling, and going, where the fuck is this address?
1 second. I'm going to go ahead and message Crescent's address to the chapel and be like, that's where she used to be. Hopefully you can find her there.
No, I'm not going for Crescent, man. Look, it's almost daytime. You and I both know what she is. She might be fucking asleep right now for all we know. I'm helping you.
Me? What do you mean me?
Crescent can take care of herself. No. You shut the fuck up right now. You got a stressful night. But you know what? You just dumped your stressful night on me. You know what? I'm usually a happy, peppy person. Don't piss off a happy, peppy person.
You're telling me.
I will set you on fire, so shut up.
At this point, it'd be a relief.
You don't get to go out that easily. Anyway, where are you going? I'm helping your dumbass. And Grayson owes me big.
Damn it. And I'm going to go ahead and text the now collapsed building address.
She uses a pause. I'll beat you there. And she hangs up.
Probably. I'm not the best driver on this part.
All right. So, in this very high stress situation, I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity plus drive, as I'm assuming you're trying to floor it.
Yep. Now that I know the thing works, I'm going to keep pinging, and I'm just going to floor it.
Okay. So, time is of the essence here. So, flooring it is definitely going to help. Shaving out minutes could be the difference between becoming
burning in the sun,
becoming a fireball, driving off into the ocean, etc., etc. I did not honestly expect all this to happen tonight. But anyway, dexterity plus drive, please. And I'll say go ahead, add +2 to your roll because your app is sufficient to help you avoid any type of problematic cutoffs. Last thing we need is John Stone to pop up.
Yeah, seriously. 4, by the way. 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay, that is good enough. You are gunning it in Danica's pre-owned Honda Civic. It is trucking about 80 miles per hour. Not bad for as old of a car this is, but you can hear the engine. It is roaring. It is trying really fucking hard. You get the sense that this car is well maintained, but it is old. But you do shave off a decent amount of time as you are starting to watch the dark of the night slowly become the orange and gold of the day. It's not quite sunrise yet. And luckily your thin-blood nature is keeping you awake for another extra hour. Because at this point, any other vampire would have to try and resist staying awake. But at the end of about the 45-minute mark, more like 30-minute marks, you're gunning it. You pull around a sharp curve, cut off another person. Still the old lady.
Problem.
As now she is actually coming to a park right in front of a fire hydrant.
This woman's still awake.
And she stops inches from where you cut her off, and she gets out, and she's just happy.
I'm just gonna put my hand out and do the whole sorry. And just keep trying.
As soon as you put your hand out, it's a little warm. Nope, bad. And you keep going. And you manage to curve around just as you come to a skidding halt right across the street from the now collapsed building of the Steelhouse Lounge, and there are cops everywhere. There's maybe about 5 or 6 police cruisers getting statements. Many of the people from the bus have been taken care of. You see there are quite a few heavy equipment trying to get this bus taken care of because it plowed into that fire hydrant hard, unfortunately. There are a few people surveying the damage. It looks like there's a lot of witnesses being taken right now as the dawn is starting to come. It looks like they're getting towards the tail end of packing up, but it's still a scene right now. And just as you start to hear this, you hear as you see Danica on a very bright hot pink.
Danica?
Yeah, not Danica, sorry, Medico.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Medico on a hot pink squid as she is now just grinds to a halt right in front of Danica's car, almost cutting you off. She kind of takes her helmet, tosses it off, shuts the bike down, and she's immediately on your windshield as you're looking over. She taps you on the fucking head like, "Hey, smartass! I beat you. What are we doing?"
I'm just gonna kind of like put my hand over her mouth and be like, "Cops."
She bites you in the hand. Hard.
Okay. I just let her bite me at that point. I'm just gonna like, there's cops everywhere. Try not to draw attention to, as I look to the pink bike, and just be like, try not to draw that much, actually. And I let go of her mouth.
If you ever put your hand on my face again, I'm going to punch you in the face so hard, I'm going to knock whatever soul you have left out of your body, and you're going to turn into ash.
Oh my God, you are my saving grace. You used to be a pop star. You're popular. Can you like schmooze with them, get them to like leave or something?
She tilts her head and gives you like the most irritated expression she could probably ever give anybody. It feels like daggers boring in through your eye sockets. She has a long sigh. Acer, I commend you for complimenting my previous trade, but I don't think this is really set up properly for a performance!
Do you need a setup? Pulls out phone. I can get you good.
There's a long pause.
Seriously, I'm up shit creek without a paddle. I need ideas, and I'm desperate. Right now, you being here, you help a lot. Please.
I would rather just start a fire.
That'll work.
Great. I could do that. She kind of looks over. That bus will do.
Good. Okay, let me sneak around back really quick, and as soon as everyone's attention is on that...
Fair warning. It's going to be really fast, and I'm going to have to peel the fuck out of here because I've done this once before, and it nearly knocked my ass out.
Good point. Oh! There were some abandoned buildings by the hospital, a little bit of ways, maybe like 2-3 minutes out.
Okay.
Light those buildings on fire. There's no one in it.
She points to the sky. You don't have 2 or 3 minutes. You have now.
Okay. Just try to make it as far away as possible. I need time to dig Grayson out before the sun rises.
Okay. Bus it is.
Fair. Okay. And with that, I'm just going to... no, you know what? I'm going to leave the car there, and I'm just going to sneak around and try and get into the back and wait for medical to light a bus on fire.
Okay. Cressa, darling, would you please let my dog out so that way she can stop crying? I am currently attuned. I'm currently attuned to vampiric knowledge.
I got it.
Thank you. If anyone doesn't know, Crescent, also known as Morgan, she is my wife, and we live together, obviously, and she's letting my dog out, who gets very excited when I get excited.
Boy, my sire is going to have some words for me.
A lot of people are going to have some words if you guys make it out of this. This is going to be a thing, but that's a different problem.
Yeah, one step at a time.
Yeah. So, Acer, there are not a huge amount of eyes actively watching the site, but you are basically covered in blankets. I need to know, what are you carrying with you? Because you are whited out with sunscreen, with a very large blanket over you, with sunglasses. Not really inconspicuous, but I need to know your plan of when you get to there, how are you going to try and get Grayson out, if you even manage to find him?
First and foremost, are there only police cars? What other kind of cars are there? I'm assuming like construction vehicles, something.
At this point, it doesn't look like any construction vehicles have made it to this point yet. This has only been maybe roughly about an hour and a half since the whole thing was reported. So it's still in process. Luckily, this is during like, hey, what the fuck happened? Answer questions, take a statement, figure out what's happening. Did everybody get out? Call people. Like, we're trying to figure out what happened. Based on the various different reports. It's kind of like trying to organize the craziness of the scene. No, it doesn't appear, based on the general attitude, that anyone knows that there's even anyone buried underneath this building.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I do not have a shovel. This might be more complicated than I expected.
This is all you. Crescent can't help you. Grayson can't help you. You have to figure it out.
See, I only have my bag with me with text, sunscreen, wires. That's not going to help me. A bus is about to go on fire. I can't just go over there and remove 15 feet of brick by hand.
you could potentially. You are kindred. Unlikely things can happen. See, this I'll say this. Let me lay out the problems in front of you.
Okay.
The main problem here.
I have an idea.
I'm just laying out this problem in front of you so you have it for clarity. The main issue here is not a matter of whether you can or can't do something. It's more of a matter of how much time do you have to get to this rubble pile, somehow find Grayson, keep him protected enough from the sun to get him home. It's less of a timing of possibility of physical capability because moving bricks is not necessarily hard. It's a matter of that sun is rising. You have maybe an hour tops to get him out and get him back home before you risk falling asleep at the wheel on the way home if you even manage to get that far.
Okay. I have an idea. It's really stupid. And it's going to get me a guaranteed stain.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I'm just gonna sneak around. I'm gonna crouch down a little bit. I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna be like, listen, you psychopathic fuckwad. You're gonna help me get Grayson out. I'm gonna let you out of the cage this one time. Willingly. I hate to say this, and I really don't want to.
Oh my god.
But I don't have the strength or the speed to do it. But I know you can.
You stressing, Grayson?
A little.
I mean, to be fair, you can't really get much more stressed than I am a pincushion.
So yeah, I'm going to talk to my beast and offer him a deal that I will willingly let him out if he helps me get Grayson.
Okay. In a technical aspect, there's really no rules on this per se. In a technical aspect, what benefit are you trying to acquire? Because I'm open to it. I like it. This has been a bit of off rule though.
I'm trying to acquire almost like a little speed boost because I have to dig through a lot of rubble. And I have to do it in a short amount of time. So I'm trying to get a speed boost. And I'm hoping that my no rules, I'm a vampire, do whatever the fuck I want can help me out and kind of just, boost me. Because again, I don't know how this fucker works. So.
Okay. Okay, so this is not rules as written. I'm making a judgment call on the fly. As everybody, I don't always know the rules in this. I don't think there's any rules on this, but we're going to have some fun. So I'm going to make some shit up. Mm-hmm. As you channel into your beasts in the world, the approaching dawn fades away. You hear... I knew you'd come to me eventually. So
I just need a little bit of power.
You realize how weak you are, my friend. You and I both know that we aren't fully on the other side. We still have mortal blood. We still have Vitae. We're stuck in limbo. I hate to admit, there are many others more powerful than I, but I might be able to do something.
Okay.
I'm hungry. I'm always hungry, and your picky little bag blood bullshit ain't cutting it. Do you know how good it felt when you drank that old woman dry? You know how great it felt to wake up the next night and you were full. You finally felt whole again. Do you know how good that felt? And then you just go straight back to just drinking that swill. It's processed. It's barely blood. You want You want me to help you after you've been disrespecting me for so long that way? Fine. I have a little bit of a stake. If you go down, I go down with you, and I'm not too cool about that. So, sure, I'll see what I can push this pathetic little body to do. But I'm hungry, and I want to eat. I want to eat until I'm full when we're done. So when we're done, you're going to march your happy little ass back into that facility, and Grayson's going to pay up. You're going to take one of those funny little fucking crackheads, and you're going to drink them until they stop moving, okay?
Fine. Just help me get Grayson.
I'll do what I can. Just open the door. Go ahead and open it.
And with that, she's going to take a really deep breath, much like his Kendo master taught him to do when concentrating. And he's going to focus on a cage with a lock on it. And he's going to imagine that lock just popping right off and letting the cage open.
It just splits in half. The cage doesn't explode. It doesn't erupt in this dramatic fashion. The door just... ever so quietly, as you could feel the beast step out from inside in your mental escape. And you hear the cracking of bones and the adjustment of your spine. You feel that rush. It's still you, Acer. You're still conscious of yourself. But man, do you feel strong. You've been resisting it so hard for so long, but now, oh, it feels good. It's like you've had a back pain for years, and you just cracked it just the right way, and all of a sudden, just instant relief. I'm going to say for this, you have a +1 to all of your attributes for this scene, and any rouse checks you make earns you +2 for rousing the blood.
Okay. I'm feeling a little better about this.
However,
I do get a stain.
You are getting a stain, as you are willingly succumbing to the beast for aid. The choices. But for this temporary purpose of the scene, and for the dramatic of this, I'm allowing you this one time to do this. This is not going to be a normal thing.
Okay, fair enough.
If this does happen again, we will have to see that situation. But for now, just assume that this is probably not going to happen again, or easily ever again.
Okay, fair.
But for now, all of your attributes have a +1 to their die, and any rouse checks to rouse the blood, you get 2 dice for this scene. What do you want to do?
All right. As I exhale and just kind of take off the glasses and kind of tuck them in the pocket. Funny enough, for the first time, without activating his powers, his one red eye comes through along with some of the glowing veins around it. And he's going to sit there and wait until that bus goes up in flames.
You, with your heightened senses, now painfully aware of you can almost feel the temperature rising around you as the dawn begins to just barely start to peek over the horizon. You hear the strange, obscure chanting not too far away. You just slowly look over, almost in slow motion, as you can see Medico, both her veins open as her eyes roll back in this strange chant. And as soon as the blood from her wrists hit the ground, you see the blood snakes out, almost like living oil. It snakes around the hydrant, around feet, in between legs, around the bus, and behind it. And the moment that blood goes behind it, you watch as that blood immediately erupts into flame and goes straight underneath that bus. People jump back in shock and in fear at whatever might be happening. But you hear police officers scream, "Oil leak! Everyone escape! Everyone run! Quick!" People start scattering before...
the moment that happens and everyone is running away, I'm going to quickly go to the spot where I saw Grayson last, and with every ounce of strength and speed that I can, I'm just going to start digging through the rubble, like straight down.
All right.
Where I know he would have been buried.
All right. So this is going to be a rule of 3 success here for this challenge. First things first, I need a intelligence plus awareness to remember where exactly he was. There's not a lot of room for error here. Mm-hmm. Remember, you can rouse the blood for a +2, and all of your stats are +1 right now. All your attributes mainly.
Awareness.
Are you rousing the blood?
So attributes. I actually have quite a bit, so I don't think I'll need to rouse the blood.
Okay.
I was correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 success.
5 successes. If you could do trigonometry in the air, you would be able to, as you immediately dash a caution to the wind when it comes to being seen. Fuck it. You don't have time. You beeline straight. You stand at the moment and goes, no, 2 to the left, foot here, this is the spot. And you immediately begin digging. 1 success. Second challenge. This is a lot of rubble. You're trying to get through fast. Go ahead and give me a strength plus athletics. This is pure raw power to dig fast. It's a hefty dig.
Okay, this one I'm going to rouse the blood on.
All right, roll your hunger check.
Success.
Success. The beast is sated off your own blood for now, but risky. Add 2 dice.
3 success.
Do you want to burn willpower?
I would.
I unfortunately can't. The 2 that I don't have success are red die. So actually, I can risk a critical, but...
You could risk a messy critical.
Well, no, because I don't... My 2 red dice are blank.
Oh, I see.
The 3 successes are my black.
You could.
But if I roll blanks, I could potentially get lower.
It's up to you.
Oh,
this is bad.
I need that crit. Do I want to risk it?
I will say this. Failure is going to be taxing on you. And if you have to make any type of frenzy checks, you need willpower. But at the same time, failure is going to be difficult for you. So you need 3 successes. You have 1.
I have 2 more willpower. I'm going to risk it. I need that critical. I'm actually going to roll all 3. This is an all or nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, this easier.
Fuck. Okay. I got the critical, so it's 4, but that's all I got because the other one was blank. Damn it.
4 is what you needed.
Boom.
So you are digging with a fury. You are just hauling debris left and right. You don't know where it's going. You hear windows smashing, car alarms go off. You hear somebody duck and scream as they're probably getting the fuck out of here. At this point, you are just an animal, a tarp, crazed, sunscreen, sunglasses wearing freak of nature, just digging into this rubble like it's nobody's business. But you dig and dig and dig and dig and dig, and within maybe 2 or 3 minutes, you are getting deeper and deeper and deeper. 2 or 3 more minutes go by. Another few bits deeper. It's another success as you are just able to barely make out fabric. And a massive jutting piece of beam is stuck out of the center of this fabric, and there is dark vitae. Just as the sun begins to crest past the building, a small beam of sunlight cuts across the top of the wood, and the vitae singes away. You found him. You know where he is. Now you have an issue here. The sun is coming. The sun is coming.
Okay.
You don't have a lot of time left.
I'm going to use the cover that's on me, and as I continue to dig, I'm going to dig above him. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be above him, digging out, so that the cover kind of automatically just kind of lays over him. Okay.
So you're going to try and position yourself so that way you can try and uncover him and keep him cloaked in whatever blankets you have with you.
Correct.
Okay. So, for this last success, most of Grayson's body is revealed. You could choose to spend a little more time to reveal more of his body, which would make it easier for you to get him out. However, revealing more of his body would have a higher chance of risking whatever part is exposed to the sun. So you have a choice here. You could. It's not a challenge at this point, but it's a choice. You could try to keep him covered. It's gonna be harder for you to dig him out, but it'll be safer. Or you could try and just clear some more of the debris. It would be easier to get him out, but it puts him more at risk.
You know what? I brought 3 blankets with me. I'm gonna dig him out more, and I'm just gonna use the covers and just cover him as I dig.
Okay, it's gonna make the challenge a bit easier, but it's gonna make the risk of getting him to the car harder.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, and for this last challenge, I'm going to need you to give me for this is going to be a strength plus awareness. Because as you clear the rubble away, you see the severity of the damage. He has 7 points of his body that have been impaled between wood, rebar, concrete, and the most difficult injury of all is the massive, maybe 1.5 foot in diameter beam of jagged wood that is now up into his chest. The rubble has pushed him down on top of rubble. Luckily, rubble hasn't come down on top of him, so you have to lift him off of it. You potentially think that you could clear it. It might break him out of torpor if he hasn't sustained enough damage to already be sent there in the first place.
Okay. I have a lot of dice, but I'm not risking it. I'm aroused.
All right, you rouse the blood. You add 2 more to your dice pool. This will be strength plus awareness.
Okay, that's a success on my end.
Okay, still don't get hungrier.
Oh,
don't forget you have the +1 too.
Yeah, remember, so you have also your natural +1.
Yes, I've been adding those in.
Okay, good.
Cool. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7
successes.
Yep, got a crit on that one too. Thank God.
That'll be enough. As you position your body, you bring whatever tarp you have on you. Just fan out as much as you can as that sun is slowly beginning to rise. You can see that almost like remember I Am Legend, where that line of sunlight is just creeping ever closer? That's exactly what you're seeing down the street, right where near Medico. You look over to just check it. As Medico has fallen backwards, there's a big nosebleed as she's covering it, looking up to you. She sees that you got Grayson. She looks over at the bus. She just gives you a thumbs up before she starts hobbling her way over back to her bike. Obviously, she can't do much more than this. But you reach in, positioned right, and with one sickening heave, you hear the just organs and gore, flesh and tear as you rip him out of this beam. Grayson, your current health status.
So
how much health do you have?
Okay, so I gotta do a little bit of recounting here. So I had 3 superficial from the car, and
you took another 3.
Took another 3.
And that's about it. That's
so
all
you have a total of 6 health normally, like full health totally.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I have 2 aggravated and 4 superficial.
Okay. Mark every health box to aggravated -2. So you have 2 boxes that are still superficial.
Got it. I have it saved.
As soon as you feel that tug, you feel the blinding agony and you are released. Every part of you hurts, but you immediately awaken.
Hey, shut up. I need you to stay calm. Stay under the blankets. The sun's almost up. Come on.
And I just drape over him. I'm clutching where the stake was, or where the wood was stabbed through me.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine. I'm not gonna cover him with the blankets. I'm just gonna baby swaddle that man.
Okay, so here's a choice for you again, Acer. You have a semblance of sunlight resistance. Grayson has none. He is extremely vulnerable to the sun, and through your testing with your time and the very slim amounts of vampire blood you've ever been able to achieve, even just contact with the UV light is enough to set blood on fire. You can only imagine how sensitive he is as a full body in direct sunlight. The more layers you add on top of him, the more safe he's going to be, but the more vulnerable it's going to put you.
Okay. So with that, I'm going to cover him with 2 blankets. I'm going to be like, listen to me. I need you to remain perfectly still and within the blankets. Okay? I can resist the light. You can't. Got me?
I don't really have a choice at this point. Thank you.
Good talk. And then I'm going to use the other one, and I'm going to cover the rest of them.
Okay.
I'm going to try and grab as much of the covers as I can, just covering everything as I possibly can.
Okay. Acer, you immediately grab your arms around Grayson and begin leading him back towards the car. Grayson, you are well past the time you should be awake. You should be asleep right now. And your body, as soon as you start to take a step, begins to crumble underneath you as it almost is forcing you to drop where you're standing. I need you to go ahead and roll a willpower plus your 1/3 of your humanity round down to try and resist succumbing to the sleep. So unspent willpower, 1/3 humanity rounded down.
Unspent, so that's that. And then my humanity, I should be at an 8 now with that.
Mm-hmm. So 1/3 of it would be...
So 4.
Yeah. So 1/3 rounded down. Yeah. So 3.
Oh, 3. Excuse
Yeah.
me. Okay. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
5. That is enough to stay conscious for now. It is very fleeting, and this is going to get harder each time. But for now, you're able to stumble back to your feet as Acer is starting to lead you maybe about the yard's distance between the rubble to the car. Luckily, with Grayson able to functionally walk, you guys are able to make it to the car in time. And as soon as you get him in, how are you trying to get him in to protect him from the sun? As this car is not tinted, there is no protection in this car.
Oh, I got you. As soon as we get close to the car, I'm going to grab the keys and I'm going to pop the trunk.
Done and done. You pop that trunk open and lift it up.
With that, I'm just going to be like, sorry about this, and I'm going to pick him up and I'm going to shove him in the trunk.
But you are in the trunk.
Be at the facility soon, and I'm going to close the trunk.
Done and done. You slam the trunk shut as Medico revs up her bike in front of you like, I'm going to go cause a distraction in town. You get that fucker home and tell me he owes me fucking big. You hear that, Grayson? What damn raise? Big raise. More vacation time. You owe me big. You hear Medico's voice just slam on the back of the trunk. And Danica needs a fucking break.
You fucking vacation for everyone, including me.
Can't hear you. That was probably a yes. And you hear as she peels off.
Keep that to the scene where Grayson tried to say something but just can't.
Yep.
Okay, gotta get home. And I'm gonna just get in the car, close it, and I'm just gonna drive on up.
All right, so are you flooring it?
I'm gonna look at my phone. How much battery do I have left? Because
you got maybe about 10% battery left, man.
Shit, that's not gonna be enough.
The more apps you're running, the harder it's gonna be. So I'll say with this, what are you trying to do with your phone?
I'll just use maps. I can't use the ping. So
you don't want to be aware. You don't want to be aware. You don't want to be aware of anything going on around you. You just want to be able to get there quickly.
Pretty much. So I need to. Yeah, I need the maps because I don't know the area very well. So I can't ping anything because that will drain the battery too much. I'm just going to use maps, and it takes about 45 minutes to get over there. How much of my hour do I have before I'm forced to make throws?
It's going to be close.
Okay, then this is how we're going to do it. Yeah, I need Google.
Okay, Google it is. You throw up the maps. You have the address plugged in, and you gun it.
Too risky. No.
You're going to drive the speed limit and just hope you get there in time.
I'm going to drive a little bit above the speed limit, 3 to 5. That doesn't get anyone pulled over. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. So You peel out as fast as you can within reasonable so without causing too much suspicion. You make it out onto the highway as you are now driving between shadows and stretches of buildings. In between each set of buildings, as you're slowly leaving the city and getting out towards the southern Soto area, you can see the sun slowly rising higher and higher and higher. The crest of the sun is starting to break the horizon. It is a sight you haven't seen in a long time. Years, in fact. It's beautiful. It's terrifying at the same time. But you still have a bit more time. And as you're driving, I need you to go ahead and make a wits plus drive.
Alrighty. Wits and drive.
As this is being able to read your maps and maintain skill of your vehicle with a lot of distractions going on right now.
Do I want to do it? Yes, I do. I'm going to rouse the blood. That is a success.
Cool. You still don't get hungrier. The risks are paying off for you tonight, my friend.
A lot of them have either been like the normal one or the critical one.
Both are okay.
Kind of like,
Both are okay, as long as it's not blank or a skull.
Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
4 successes. Okay, good. I mean, keep that in mind for your success for speed. That would be considered a success. You are flying down the road as fast as you can, making sure not to miss any turns. Stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. And that's when the sun begins to peek over and the first flash begins to cup across you. You pull up your blanket, try to give you as much shade as possible, but it's still starting to seep in. You feel that pain start to hit for your second challenge as you take a point of superficial damage.
Okay.
I need you to go ahead and make a terror frenzy check. As now you are on top of the main highway, cutting through DeSoto. You are getting good time, and it's still early morning where people are coming in, not so many people coming out. So you're beating that tide. However, there is no cover out here. There are not tall buildings. It's very industrial, and that sun is just rising off the bay.
Okay. I got this. 4 success.
4 successes, that would be enough to resist the sunlight. And just, you keep yourself in control. You are shaking. Your entire body is screaming, danger, fear, death, don't die. This is bad. Get out of the damn sun. But you were just breathing, pretending to breathe, because you don't breathe anymore. You really wish you could breathe and take calming breaths, but they don't really teach how to meditate as a kindred. This is not easy. And you are just barreling down the road, just trying to make control of yourself. Go ahead
I'm gonna grab the sunscreen and I'm just gonna slather it on myself again. You know what? I'm gonna put some on the window to just give it a little wipe on the driver's side, not the windshield, but the one right beside.
Okay,
me.
good. I was about to get very specific about that. So if you smear on the wipe side, just try to do anything you can to give yourself as much shade as possible. I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity plus drive, because now you are in a lot of pain. It is not as bad as it could be for others, but it's still not very pleasant, and you have to maintain control of this vehicle for a little bit longer.
Okay. We got this. Maybe not. 3 success. They're getting lower. Oh my gosh.
Did you want to burn a willpower for this?
I can't.
Well, are you out of superficial damage?
No, I'm not. It's just the ones that are blank are the red ones.
Oh.
I have 4 dice. 1 red one is blank. The other 2 are the black ones are good, and then the red one's good.
Okay.
So I literally can't.
Okay. Well, fair enough. 4 successes. Unfortunately, that's how many successes? You said 3?
I said 3. Yeah, sorry, 3.
Unfortunately, not quite enough. It's a very difficult situation, and you flinch as that sun begins just to burn more and more, and you just jerk the car almost into head-on traffic. You quickly rear back yourself, but you've now missed a turn. That is valuable time that you have missed. As you kind of re-round, try to get back onto a U-turn and get back around. That time, that exposure, it's another point of superficial damage.
Okay.
Go ahead and try and make 1 more drive plus dexterity to try to see if you can hit that turn again.
All right, I'm gonna rouse the blood.
Okay, go ahead and rouse the blood. Grayson, by the way, unless you're trying to stay awake, it's like.
Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep.
I have 300 now.
Did you fail?
I failed, so I have 300 now.
Oh, you feel that beast inside, almost as like living within your own skin. You see the nails in your fingertips just start to extend. Oh, that meal is going to be so good, my friend. You won't even believe it. It's going to feel so fucking good.
Just help me concentrate or we won't get a meal at all.
Well, stop being so damn shaky, you fucking twig!
Do you want to take over and drive in the sun?
I am fucking trying!
Then shut up and stay on the back seat.
Will you fucking work with me, damn it? I want dinner!
Yeah, and I want to live. You get what you want if I get what I want.
Then fucking work with me, damn it!
Fine. Okay, we can do this.
Vigorous hand rubbing.
4 success.
4 successes is just enough. As you end up cutting across 3 lanes of traffic to barely make your exit. There's a lot of honking, and you're pretty sure you just cut off a semi. But regardless, you peel out through the exit off-ramp, take a large wide spin, and start cutting and weaving through the lower areas of Soto. Lucky in this area, it is now farther away from the sun, even though it's rising, where you're getting a lot of shade, only very brief flashes of sunlight, not enough exposure to really harm you, but it's very uncomfortable.
Oh, God. I hate today. I hate tonight. I hate every day. I hate vampires. I hate myself. This fucking sucks.
As you keep repeating yourself, as you just make it past around Soto, into the back of Grayson's treatment facility, pop the clicker underneath the visor that Danica has, the big happy sticker on it of like a little chibi panda with like a thermometer and a band-aid around its head. Just press the button and the garage door begins to open up and you slide yourself into the underground parking lot of the treatment facility, the garage shutting behind you.
As it shuts behind me, I'm just going to take a second. I'm just going to sit there. I'm just gonna.
Did we make it?
Yes.
And that's the last thing you hear, Grayson, before you succumb to sleep.
I'm gonna open the door and kind of just wobble out, just like, oh, damn it. I hope Crescent's okay. I'm just gonna pop the trunk, kind of just drag him out of the trunk.
It is a pain in the ass, as Grayson is 100% inert. He is not moving. Death has claimed him once again, as the dawn breaks Seattle. And for that point, Acer, I need you to go ahead and make another willpower plus humanity check to see if you can stay awake long enough to even get him out of the damn trunk.
All right, willpower. I got you, boy. I got you. Willpower plus humanity. That's the +3. Let's go. 3 success.
3 success. That was just enough. So, for brevity, because holy fuck, you managed to haul Grayson over your shoulder, still covered in tarps. You are starting to smell a little bit like bacon. And there are some slight browning on your cheeks from where the sunscreen was least effective, but you managed to sneak Grayson inside. Danica's done a pretty good job of holding this place down, but we'll have to see the full results of everything on the next night. But you managed to haul Grayson's body into the safety of his domain, as well as yours.
Do I see Danica?
On the way out, yes.
Yeah, as I'm taking Grayson to his room, I'm just going to be like, I got him. Good job. You're awesome. I'm going to bed.
She doesn't really acknowledge you. There's a very large vein in her forehead that wasn't there when you left, and she's not happy, smiley Danica right now. She honestly looks like she's hiding a body, which she is. So she just nods and flips you off when you walk by.
Oh no, you broke her.
That's fair. That's fair. I deserve that.
Crook Danica.
I deserve that. You know what? That's
You manage to carry Grayson into his domain, lay him out. And as you lay him down in his very dark and isolated room, protected from the sun and the darkness with you, unless you're trying to resist to sleep in your own quarters, you're going to fucking collapse.
Now, you know what? I'm going to try. I want to get to my quarter.
Go ahead and make one more will in humanity.
Must
Stubborn
retreat.
telling you. Yes, must retreat.
Must go back to lab. Must write notes. You carry your way through the secret entrances to avoid prying eyes as people are now waking up. Many, many unstable individuals are waking up, so it would best not to be seen right now. And you take the hidden passageways through the treatment facility into your lab, where you finally fucking collapse in the safety and darkness of your lab. And as you collapse, begin to fade off, you just hear that beast in your mind going, "A deal's a deal, Acer. When you wake up, I want to eat. And I want to eat until I'm full. And I'm going to haunt you until you honor your bargain."
I'm just going to think for a moment. And instead of being sassy, instead of doing anything, I'm just going to tell the inner demon, I'm just going to be like, "Thank you." And I'm going to pass out.
And as you begin passing out, your beast doesn't walk back in its cage. The door is left wide open. It sits on top of it, sitting cross-legged, and just begins to quietly whistle into the darkness, ever so patiently, as you fade away back to undeath. And as everyone has now survived this night, you all gain a point of experience. You gain an additional point of experience for the end of this session as well. Oh my god, I can't believe you guys pulled it off. Like, what the...
Dwight pulled it off.
I am so not ready for any of this.
Oh my god. I know we usually go a little bit longer, but this is a perfect stopping point and just allow us to have like a small bit of moment to kind of just take in, like, that happened. Because holy crap, a lot of things happened.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh lord. So let's recap. Grayson, you're alive. You have 2 health. 2 unaggravated damage health left. You're pretty messed up.
Yep.
Crescent's back at the church. Gonna have to hell deal with Eleonora tomorrow. Acer's back. There's a long list of felonies that need to be attributed here.
I'll hack into the system and see if I can't get rid of them later.
That cage is going to stay open until you honor your deal. Which, by the way, just so you're aware, Acer, you are under permanent hunger frenzy until you drink a human dry. So as long as you can try and resist it, but until you commit to drinking a human dry completely, you're at a -2 to all of your dice rolls until it's done.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get an instant 3 stains for that.
Speaking of which, as you fade away, you have 1 stain. Go ahead and roll any empty humanity dots to see if you maintain the humanity that you just got back.
If I lose it again, I'm going to be so pissed.
You know what? You gave a lot for this.
Ah, yes! Success! Master human
The parting thoughts as you know your beast is still free to wreak havoc. It was worth it. You saved your friend by any means necessary. That was enough for the damage you caused. And you maintain your humanity.
It was too much for me.
Wow, guys. Oh, not to mention you guys have a torpid Nosferatu vampire stuck in a padded cell. My God, if he gets out, he's going to be pissed.
You know what? So long as no one removes the stake, we're fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's just kind of stuck in there now. Now you guys just have a corpse just in a room.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of
conversation. I'm going to be like, how am I for chaos? I could have sunned you. I could have left you out there to turn to ash. I saved you. You owe me. I know you can hear me because I've been in that state, you little fuck.
Acer screaming in a padded cell with his torpor Nosferatu. Just, yeah, I know you can hear me.
I'm glad you guys all enjoyed the story tonight. But for now, as the sun rises in Seattle and awakens for now, we close out. Will Grayson, Crescent, and Acer be able to pull themselves together for whatever happens next? Frankly, I don't know. But for now, Grayson has avoided being sunned. Crescent is safe. And Acer...
Thank you, Mac.
Acer pulled a very bold rescue. We do have a schedule, typically pay by pay. Do you guys want to try...
Every other Sunday, but...
Every other Sunday is usually our thing.
But
if we're feeling good, we may be able to switch to an every Sunday, but we will...
We'll want to try to do every Sunday.
We want to try and do that.
Yeah,
yes.
we want to. This is our second stream. We're still working on a lot of the kinks.
Yes.
I think we agreed on 6 Pacific Standard Time, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
7 Mountain, and then...
Thank you so much for joining us in our small little family. Welcome to the Cozy Den. We appreciate you having us. We hope to see you again. But for now, I leave you with the small words of advice. Make sure to lock your doors, close your windows, and be careful who you let into your home. You never know what might be hiding in the shadows. But for now, good night, everyone, and stay safe.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Goodbye, everyone. Until
Night,
next
everyone.
time.